Hey everybody, welcome to a pretty epic live that my wife and I are going to be doing for you. We've got already right out of the gate 450 people. Amazing, amazing. Say hello to my beautiful wife. Babe, say hello just to make sure our microphones are like.
Hi. How is everyone doing?
Can you guys hear her okay? Can you hear me okay? Give me a yes, please, guys. Everybody can hear us okay. Give me a yes in the comments, please. We have two microphones when we usually only have one. Okay, cool. So tonight, here's what we're going to do. My wife makes great money working for me part-time. And look at her. Tomorrow is 30th day that this little baby Monday has been on planet Earth. Laura gave birth 30 days ago. And I see a lot of people that complain about not having time. Their 9-to-5 job. I'm a wife. I'm a husband. I'm busy. I'm that. I'm this. I'm that. Okay, great. If you have a problem getting a deal after watching this live, instead of saying I have a 9-to-5 job, I'm a wife, I have kids, I have this, I have responsibilities, just tell everybody, hey, I haven't gotten my first deal yet because I'm lazy. That's literally it. There's no reason after this live that you can't get a deal after, I'd say 30 days of just being consistent. Maybe not even 30 days, literally like a week of being consistent. Okay. This doesn't require you guys to cold call anybody. It doesn't require you to text anybody. It doesn't require any money. It doesn't really require any specific software. George Lee says, how much does it cost? Nothing. I'm literally going to show you what my wife does for my business. Okay. Here's what my wife does. I am a fix and flipper. For anybody that doesn't know me, there's a lot of people in here. Some people may or may not have known me. Maybe you guys have been shared the link and this is your first time coming in and doing anything or seeing anything that we're doing. This is my wife, Laura. My name is Pace Morby. I am a real estate investor. We do, I'd say, anywhere between 4 to 6 fix and flips every single month. We do, I don't know, probably 8 to 12 wholesale deals every single month. And then we also do a tremendous amount of buy and hold. This month alone, it looks like we will add close to 50 doors to our portfolio. 50 doors, that could be one single house or some multifamily. We are primarily going after multifamily right now, utilizing creative finance. And so most people know me as the creative finance Subto guy. If you are one of my Subto students, say hello. We've got well over 1,000 people in here tonight. So that is pretty epic. So this is what my wife does. It's very basic. And you need to understand this is very basic because some of you guys are expecting me to come out and give you some magic easy button and some amazing software that's going to solve all your problems. That is not what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to keep it very simple. People charge 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand for this frequently. Okay. A lot of you guys will join other mentorships and this is what they teach. Going forward, my wife is actually going to start doing one of these lives in the Subto community once a month to help you guys understand this. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're somebody who has a 9-to-5 job, you don't have a budget to get into real estate, but you want to get your first deal, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is that you need to get your hands on a deal. Even if you're not the buyer, even if you're not the flipper, even if you're not the person that's actually like going to end up executing on it, you just need to get your hands on a deal. Who in here has not done a deal? We have 1,200 people in here. Who has not done a deal? Tell me no. Actually, let's do a poll. We're going to do a quick poll before we get started, guys. And we're going to see who's done a deal and who has not. Okay. So a deal could mean anything. Have you ever done a fix and flip? Do you have a buy and hold? Have you done a wholesale deal? Have you done a Subto? It doesn't matter. Have you done a deal before? Publish. All right, guys, let's take some votes. Tell me what you guys got. Have you done a deal before? Please vote. I want to see what we have here so we know what type of information to give the audience. We're getting pretty close to 50-50. We've got 350 people say no. Love it. It's good. It means we're going to bring a lot of value. And the people who've never done a deal before, you need to pay attention to the fact that there's at least 200 people. Now we're probably trending towards 300 people that have done a deal before. So this is a great place for you guys to network, get to know each other. If I were you, I would make sure I get to know a lot of the Subto students, my students that are in here. Guys, I don't want you joining my mentorship program. There's nothing to buy in here. I'm not going to upsell you anything. There's no like trick webinar at the end of this. It is legit just giving you guys an hour to an hour and 20 minutes of value. Okay. It's very quick, but we've got 500 people right now saying they've never done a deal before. And so this live is for you. It's for you to be able to say, I now understand the most simple, basic way to go get my hands on a deal. Now, this strategy that my wife is going to show you guys, and we're going to talk about here in a couple of minutes, is the strategy that I will start out with when I go out into a brand new market on July 1st. I'm going to start, 500, we had 837 people vote out of 1,387 people. So we already have 500 lazy butts in here, which is cool. But We've got 543 people in here that desperately need to get their hands on a deal. And that's why we're doing this little live. Okay. So on July 1st, my wife, my 3 kids, and myself, we're going to move into somebody else's town and we're going to help them build their business. Pace, myself, I'm going to be their business partners for 30 days. Literally, July 1st to August 1st, I am your business partner. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you came from, whether you've done deals, you haven't done deals. We're going to fly out July 1st to August 1st for 30 days. And I'm going to attempt to do 5 things in 30 days. I'm going to get you your first wholesale deal. I'm going to get you your first fix and flip. I'm going to get you your first creative finance deal. I'm going to get you your first land deal. And I'm going to get you your first multifamily deal, all within 30 days. And I'm going to do that as your partner. And I'm going to check all these things off the box in 30 days. And I'm going to let the whole world watch us do this for free. Currently, we're in talks with A&E, the television show. A lot of you guys know my wife and I are on a television show named Triple Digit Flip. And the same TV network that runs that show is A&E. We're in talks with them right now for them to produce that and put this 30-day challenge essentially on A&E. So in the first couple of days, the thing that my wife is going to show you and we're going to break down for you is exactly what I'm going to do. Jump into a brand new market, get my hands on a deal, no money out of pocket. Okay. This is the easiest way to get into this business. It's not to go become a real estate agent. It's not to go and sign up for, thousands and thousands of dollars of, seminars and reading all the books. Guys, like literally, this is the easiest thing in the entire world to get your hands on a deal. And my wife at one point was going to do this as a coaching course, but she doesn't have the time for that. So we're just going to do it for free. My wife is going to be helping a lot of people in Subto. So if you guys are a Subto student, you will see my wife coming in more and more and more into the Subto community. Now, I did tell a lot of people that the way I'm going to select the winner for the July 1st to August 1st challenge, the sweepstakes, is if you are coming to Clever Summit. If you are coming to Clever Summit, I am picking somebody random out of the audience. And if you are coming to Clever Summit, you have an opportunity to win. Let me see if I have the link for you guys. Any of my Sub2 students have the link that you guys can share out here. The way to win is you have to be there in person and you have to be at the Clever Summit. Who's coming to the Clever Summit, by the way? Booked today. Amazing. A lot of people. So guys, check that out. By the way, if you do not use my link and you use like Ryan Madden just shared a link. Guys, if you use Ryan's link, how am I going to put your name in the randomizer? Literally, the only way you have the ability to have me as your partner, the challenge, we'll call it, the only way to win the challenge is to be there physically. And I have to put your name in a randomizer. If you're just going to the link on the website, how do I add you to the list? Make sure you are using my link. Do not be a freaking knucklehead, okay? Use the right link. That's the last time I'm going to say it. That's all there is to it. Make sure you use the right link. Now, here's the thing. What if you're Astro students? Then don't use Jamil's link. You better use my link. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry. That's what competitions are about. Couple of things as well. Anybody that uses my link, I talked about this morning with my Sub2 students. It's mind-blowing. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to be buying a Sub2 deal here in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? Maybe Laura finds me a Sub2 deal right now. Maybe Laura finds me a Burr deal right now. Maybe Laura finds an Airbnb. Who knows what Laura's going to find? We're going to find something. I'm going to buy a Sub2 deal. I'm going to put it in an LLC, and anybody, I'm not going to go into particulars on it tonight because we have very limited time, but anybody that uses my link, whether you're a Sub2 student or a non-Sub2 student, you will be a part owner of an NFT that owns a Sub2 deal with me. Okay. We are going to be teaching people about NFTs. We're going to be teaching people about amazing ways to own real estate through an NFT. And I don't care. I don't get paid for this. We're not charging you guys anything here. I'm having you guys, if you guys go to Clever Summit, anybody that uses that link, I don't get paid for it. I am legit giving you guys ownership of an NFT that will own real estate with me. And it will end up probably being a Sub2 deal. And then what we'll end up doing with that, I don't have time to talk about it because we got to get started. But what we'll end up doing is we'll end up having you guys owning an NFT where anybody that uses that link will have a token. We'll teach you guys how to use that token, how to store that token. If you want, you can sell that token to somebody else. You can trade it with somebody else. You can do whatever you want with it. But anybody that owns that token will own a portion of a deal, a house with me. And what we'll do is we'll take the cash flow from that house, we'll take the appreciation from that house, and we'll grow that in the NFT. And over time, the NFT will grow in value. It will have significant utility. Nobody's doing anything like this. And I challenge myself, I want to learn about NFTs. So what better way to do it than to actually jump in it Summit and teach a bunch of people with me and give people a ton of value in the process. Okay. So without further ado, if you want to win the challenge with me, you need to make sure that you are on the list. Nikki at Clever Investor has to send me the list and say, here's all the people that registered through your link. I will do a randomizer while I'm on stage at the Clever Summit, and I will select somebody while I'm on stage. And if you are not physically in person, you will not win. Somebody has to freaking be there in person. You imagine if I'm on stage opening for Robert Kiyosaki and I select somebody to win this challenge where my wife and kids move into somebody's house. Just kidding. I'm kidding. We move into somebody's town and the person that wins is not even there. And it's super anticlimactic and I don't actually get to pull that person on stage. Wouldn't that be stupid? Guys, you cannot win this challenge if you're not there in person, okay? Go to Clever Summit, and anybody that uses my link to go to Clever Summit will be put into do not go to Clever website by yourself. How do I know? There's 1,500 people going. 1,500 people are going to Clever Summit. Robert Kiyosaki speaking. You know that if you guys go directly to the website, how do I know to put you in the randomizer to select you for the challenge? And then also, I don't care if you're a Subto student or a non-Subto student, if you go to the Clever Summit and you use the link, you don't even have to physically go to Clever Summit. I'm going to give you ownership in an NFT, a project that I'm doing where that NFT will own a Subto, and we are going to turn that Subto in an Airbnb. That Airbnb will cash flow. It will appreciate. We will go buy another one. We'll go buy another one. We'll go buy another one, and we will grow the value of that. You guys get that for free by using my link for the Clever Summit. Okay. So Subto students, they get an additional level of ownership. They'll end up getting basically the value of 2 tokens of ownership. If you're not a Subto student, you still get a token of ownership if you guys come to Clever Summit. Okay. Can you guys hear her if she talks? Because I think she's trying to be quiet because she's got a sleeping baby.
All right, let's do it.
Here's the first thing you do. If you start in a brand new market, anybody that tells you otherwise, tell them to come and fight me because they are absolutely wrong. If you start in a brand new market, the first thing you should do, let's take a little vote in the side chat. Should I find a buyer first or should I find a deal first? Should I find a buyer or should I find a seller? What should I do? Should I find a buyer or should I find a seller? Okay. A lot of people giving us the right answer here. Anybody that says find the deal and find the seller, you are absolutely wrong. Tell your mentor, tell the YouTube video that you watched to come fight me. I will fight them in the back alley. Take a screenshot of this and send it to your mentor. He is 100% wrong or she is wrong. Do not go and find a seller first. Absolutely do not find a seller first. Go find a buyer. Can you imagine trying to, let's say you wanted to own a car dealership, okay? And you're like, I'm going to start a car dealership in this brand new town. And you just go, I'm going to go sell minivans, cause I got a bunch of minivans. I'm going to go sell minivans. Love it. Okay. Well, yeah, minivans. People buy minivans. We all know that. Okay, great. What if you start a minivan dealership in Beverly Hills? You think you're going to sell many minivans, guys? Okay. Well, what about if I take a Ferrari dealership and I go to freaking El Paso and I put it right next to Tacos Chicos or whatever it's called? You think I'm going to sell a Ferrari? Tacos. You think I'm going to sell a Ferrari in El Paso? Guys, do your market research before you get your product. Your product is a contract. Your product is a house. And if you're going out and trying to get a deal before you find your customer is a cash buyer. If you already know how to find value, okay, this is where the caveat is, okay? The caveat is if you have already learned how to understand value, then you can go and find a seller first, okay? But the problem is most people jumping in this business don't actually know. Ralph Padilla, Matt says that. Matt's my business partner. He's wrong. He's 100% wrong. If you are brand new, we're going to show you how to find a buyer, Lisa. Okay. That's what we're going to do right now. I'm just giving you the information. I love these guys, but they're wrong. And the reason being is because most of the information they're giving you is not specific to somebody who has not done a deal. Okay. So let's make sure we understand this. I am talking to people who have never done a deal before. If you've done deals before and you know how to find value of a property, then go find sellers, okay? But if you don't know how to find value, then go and find a buyer. Why should I find a buyer first, Laura?
Because you need to know what they want and so you can go find it.
So essentially I'm doing market research.
Yeah, you want to know what people are looking for.
Do you know what my target is when I'm trying to do a fix and flip? Do you know what percentage I want?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what I want on a fix and flip is I want 10% return. So if the house sells for 600,000, if the ARV is 600,000, I want to walk away with 100. Okay. I'm sorry. I want to walk away with $60,000. So a couple of deals that we have right now, my wife will make, how much are we going to make on diamond?
Oh my gosh.
120 grand.
Yeah.
So you'll end up making $24,000 on that deal. You make 20% of the deal. So my wife will make 24,000 on a deal she found from me.
And I got to list it.
And she got to list it. So she'll end up making over $25,000. Okay. That is a triple digit flip. However, we have another flip you found for us recently. What was the deal?
Oh, which one? Sandstone?
Sandstone.
Yeah. Sandstone is not the best.
Okay. Well, how much are we going to make?
Well, we just got the bins there and we're going to have to do some stem wall repairs. So,
Ballpark, 50 grand, 40 grand.
now we're probably going to make 20 after we do this.
Okay. 20 grand. Okay. So I'll make 20 grand. Wow. We went down on that, huh?
Yeah. We got a roof issue, stem wall repair.
All right, cool. Well, we'll
Okay.
make 20,000 bucks on it. So what will Laura make? Laura will make 20% of that deal. Laura will make $4,000 on my profit, and then she'll also get the listing. Okay. So what do we got to do to find a buyer? Why don't you show people the real way that you find buyers? My wife will typically use the MLS, and we're going to show you guys the MLS first. Go up to window. We'll show you the MLS first because that's what my wife uses. But if we're outside of the state of Arizona where my wife doesn't have real estate access, we will then use other means, and we'll get to that next. Okay. So watch what my wife does, and she's going to explain as she does it.
Okay. So where is our new market? Should we do Mesa? Should we do a zip code? What do you want to do?
Let's do Phoenix. Just do Phoenix.
Okay. So I go to quick search and I'm looking for closed sales probably in the last 3 months.
Hold on. It's not that easy. So guys, as she's putting this in, she's actually finding closed sales. So houses that have actually closed. Why did you click on cash?
This is people who paid cash for them.
Oh shit.
And then you said you want Phoenix, or do you want me to get a little bit more specific and do a zip code?
Let's do zip code.
Sure. What zip code?
I
do you
don't,
want?
you know zip codes better. And I don't know. I know our
Oh.
zip code. You know every zip code. I don't know anything. Why did you choose 85007?
It's just Central Phoenix.
Okay.
All right. So these are all the houses that sold cash.
Okay. So 41 houses
41 houses that sold cash in 85007. So
in the last 30 days,
3 months.
last 30 days. Okay.
3 months. Do you want me to do it last month? That'll
Let's
be
do,
easier.
yeah, let's do last month. Cause that's a lot. There's 41 houses there. That's
Okay.
too much work. I'd be lazy here.
17. And then, so just because someone bought a house cash does not mean that they're an investor.
Okay.
So what I usually look for is LLCs. There you go. Z Industries LLCs.
Okay. So
Sorry.
Z Industries LLCs, what are you going to do? You're going to look them up?
Yeah.
Guys, this is such a common question that people do not answer. People say, how do you find LLC information? We're showing you right now. Literally right now, we're giving you the information. Okay. Z Industries. What website did we just go to? Let's make sure we walk people through.
Arizona Corporation Commission, just because it looks like their mailing address is in Utah. So I'd want to go to the Utah Corporation Commission. Sorry.
Okay, cool. So Z Industries, my wife is going to the Corporation Commission because that tells you who owns an LLC. It's public data. You don't have to pay for this. Hey, by the way, guys, have we shown you anything you've had to pay for yet? Okay, Z Industries LLC right there. Harriman.
Francisco Alexander Indo.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have his phone number there?
No, so then I'll skip trace just him.
Okay, so my wife is going to skip trace this person right now, guys. Should we call him right now?
Yeah.
It's 5:30. I'll call him. Mormon's about to have dinner right now. If he's Mormon in Utah, he's coming out of church right now. And Harriman, for sure.
Let's see if we can find an Arizona person, though, in my opinion.
Really? Why?
Just because if they're local,
Okay,
it's
got
a little
it.
bit easier. They probably would want to do more deals locally. There's a homeowner, so we don't want him. He could be an investor. Hector Gomez, another probably homeowner. You're looking for an LLC.
Okay, so guys, the reason she's looking for an LLC is because an LLC typically means the person buying it is an actual investor. If they're buying the property in their individual name, that probably means they're a homeowner. And if they're a homeowner, we're not really looking to sell a house to them. So what we're doing right now is we're finding a buyer first. Love it. Jose Nava. This is too easy, man. They have no privacy. I love it. This is amazing.
All right, let me look him up real quick.
When you're creating an LLC, by the way, get some privacy. Like make sure you guys are getting privacy on your LLCs. I don't want to promote them, but I'm going to promote them because this is where all my students and myself use. We use primecorporateservices.com. If you guys are looking to get an LLC and you don't want your name to pop up on the actual LLC, pull up any one of my LLCs. Pull up Saguaro Cactus Holdings just real quick. So what should happen, guys, is, and you look up one of my LLCs, you'll never see my name on anything. It'll say Registered Agents LLC. In fact, if you go down to the documents, go down to document history, you click on the articles of organization, you won't even see my name on articles of organization. You'll see the attorney that put it together. So look down there, organizers, Danielle Graham. That's our attorney. My name is not on anything. It's on nothing. So if you guys are creating LLCs like knuckleheads on like LegalZoom or something, and you're trying to save yourself some money, this is why rich people, we take our names off everything. You can't find anything I own unless I tell you the name of my LLC. I can't even verify I'm the owner unless I show you my actual documents. It happens at title companies all the time when we're buying. They go, we can't verify that Pace is the actual owner of this LLC, and we have to supply extra additional documents because public data hides all my stuff. You finding him right now?
It's making me verify myself because I'm on your stuff, not
No
mine.
worries. You guys learning anything? Is this helpful at all? We get questions frequently of like, hey, how do I make sure that I can find an LLC? So what are you looking up right now?
I'm looking up Jose Nava.
On what software? The people need to know.
I'm using PropStream.
Oh, you are using PropStream? Okay. So my wife is using PropStream. She's looking him up. Can you buy access to the MLS? So Lisa, that's a really great question. The way you get access to the MLS is you link in with somebody like my wife, a real estate agent. I call her a unicorn real estate agent. They're everywhere. Jamil has a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them. They're real estate agents that actually care about real estate investors. So anybody in here, Lisa, you need to find somebody. You're in Elk Grove Village. I don't know where that is. Is that massive? What is that? Where is that? Where's Elk Grove Village? So you got to find somebody else in your area that has access to MLS because you have to be a licensed agent to get that.
All right. So I'm going to go back to Corporation Commission real quick. So I'm going to go back to Jose's LLC, initial investment. So I'm just trying to find the right one. So there's a few of them. So I'm going to look for, hey, computer. Tell me if you can see one of these Jose's that live in Tolleson, because that's where Jose
I can't see
lives.
anything for the time being.
So I'm looking right now. So if you go to Corporation Commission, so see where it says his address, the Tolleson.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a Jose that lives there. Is it 8833 Watkins or what is it?
Here. It is.
Yeah, 8833 Watkins. Okay, so this is him.
8833 Watkins Street. So my wife, let me talk to him.
Okay, I've got a few phone numbers possibilities for him. Let's try that first.
Jose?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So he bought, if you want to reference this house, this really cute 1408 Pima Street.
Okay.
And he bought it on.
It's a T-Mobile phone number, which is great.
So weird.
Let's just call him, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he might be, who knows? What do you think he's up to?
I don't know. Just ask him if he wants another house like Pima Street.
How dope is it that my wife and I are calling buyers and my wife is breastfeeding at the same time? There's people go, I have a 9-to-5 job. I can't get this done. Pace, you don't know how busy I am. Hello?
And Pace is calling on my pink phone.
Let's see here. Let's get you on Wi-Fi because you got. I think what's happening is we're down in the basement, and I think he might have answered. Let's just double check. I got a 9 Pace. You don't understand. I got a 9-to-5, and I got kids. Guys, this is how you find buyers. You literally just call them up. You get the phone number.
No, that's his.
I was like, what?
That is his.
I was like, there's no way that's the right one.
What's funny is he's 26.
Oh, he's
So
26.
He's probably pretty funny. That's obviously his thing. So let me see if I can find him on Instagram. Why
Okay,
not?
no problem. Look him up on Instagram. Let's DM him. So guys, what we're doing right now is we're finding a customer, right? So if I'm going to set up shop, whether it's a taco shop or Ferrari car dealership, I'm going to sell t-shirts, I'm going to do whatever, right? I want to go find out what my customer base is. It's some of you guys that are going out there and trying to find deals first and trying to generate leads first. You guys are like trying to start air conditioning companies in Alaska. You ain't going to be successful. And this is your problem. Okay. Do you guys know the statistic? We own a title company. So we know all these statistics of all these wholesalers that are going out there locking up contracts and then they can't sell them because they actually didn't have a buyer. The statistic of a brand new wholesaler going out and getting a contract without having a buyer is 9 out of 10 times that contract falls out of escrow. My wife's looking it up. We got a couple of questions in the side chat, so let's pull that up. All right. People have their hands raised and everything. Damn, guys, this is dope. Is anybody else's screen zoomed way in? No, it's because you have an Android. Who's in Dallas? Let's squat up. Love it. Can we see your beautiful baby's face? Yes, we'll do that in a little bit after she's got the booby out of her mouth. You should be able to, okay, got it. Nathan Wall says he's done 200 deals. Love it. All right. I think there's people have their hands raised. So let's go to some people have their hands raised. All right, here we go. Logan Nelson. There he is. Logan.
No way. This is awesome.
This is awesome. Do you guys see why we do this on air? This on like a YouTube live. I can actually bring you on here. Logan, what do you got, bro?
I'm here out of East Texas, and I was just wondering how I can find the taxable entities in Texas. I just looked up the commission. I'm looking up a property that I'm looking at right now with an LLC, and I was wondering if you could just do the example specifically for Texas, possibly.
We could do that.
Thank you.
Here's the thing, bro. We only got about an hour left, and we still got to do paperwork. We got to find a deal, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be super quick. You got to go to your county or your state corporation commission. Okay, go to your corporation commission, and your corporation commission every state has the same thing. You can pull up the Texas Corporation Commission. You'll find out the owner of every LLC. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Good question.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going to send Jose a message, if that's okay.
Yeah, do it. Send Jose a message.
I'm just going to tell people what I typically say to people. So I'm just going to say, Jose, I saw your house on, what was the street again? Do you remember?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up. Pima, house on Pima. I saw your house on Pima.
Pima in Phoenix. And I'm going to say, if I can find you another single family in Central Phoenix that's a good fix and flip, would you buy it from me? And then I'll ask him, what else are you looking for? Where else are you buying?
Love it. Kevin Ringlehan. There he is. Kevin, how you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I bought a house about 6 years ago. I'm actually from Ogden. Well, I live in Ogden right now, and I bought this
I
house
was
about
born at
6 years
McKinney
ago.
Hospital, dog. I'm from Ogden too.
Oh, no kidding. That's cool. I actually joined this through my brother. He invited me to this. But I bought a house about 6 years ago. I'm in the military. I got here and I was like, you know what? It's time. I'm gonna buy my first house. So I bought a house for about $175,000. It's obviously only gone up in value, and I was thinking about pulling out a loan, or pulling out money on the house to try and fix it up and potentially flip it, or maybe like rent it out. I'm just trying to figure out like my first steps. This is like my first time kind of like queuing in on your guys' videos.
Yeah. So let me tell you something. Don't ever sell an asset, because it doesn't sound like you're a real estate investor full time. So don't ever sell an asset you have your hands on. Keep it. It's always going to go up in value. You'll never lose. So what I would do is I would refinance that out, pull that money out, because that money that you're pulling out on a cash out refi is tax free. You're not actually paying taxes on that, right?
True.
Oh, good burp. So you won't pay taxes on that money, even though you received it, which is great. It's not technically income. It's a debt. You pulled out debt. This is what Robert Kiyosaki's been doing for forever. So it's the freest money you'll ever get your hands on, and then take that money and redeploy it into a couple of more deals.
Okay. So I should like pull like the full value of what my
Hell
house
yeah,
is
dog.
worth?
Well, you'll never find a lender that will give you the full value. You'll find a lender will typically give you 80, maybe 85% of the value. You'll always have to keep about 15% of that value tied up in that house.
Okay. So my house isn't like, I mean, my house could definitely use a renovation. It's like the same square footage in the top floor as it is in the basement. And the basement's like a mother-in-law suite. And I was kind of thinking about doing,
Nope. Bro, go get a quote. Really great lender that we use for cash out refinances is MyInvestorLoan.com. Go to MyInvestorLoan.com. Have them give you a quote. Okay. Have them give you a quote before you spend $1 on renovation. Sound good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate the help.
Of course, anytime. I love doing this stuff. I'm going to take just a couple more minutes to talk about how to find buyers, because a lot of people haven't gotten enough oomph out of it. My wife is breastfeeding and we're texting buyers that we just found. Here's what I typically do, because I don't ever go on the MLS. Surprisingly, my wife is the realtor on our team. I never go on the MLS. Okay. And so what happens is, for a lot of people that are trying to learn, they don't like seeing people give them examples of the MLS. So I'm going to show you how to find a buyer outside of the MLS. How's that sound? So here we go. Let's do it. Super simple. Some knucklehead's going to still ask me, how did you do that? But here we are. Welcome to the world. Very simple. Check this out. So here we are, guys. We're on Google. If you can't find Google, I don't know how to help you. Okay. What I would do is I would say Dallas, Texas, cash buyers. Okay. Now, what's funny about this is that these are actually not buyers. Okay. These are not buyers. This is where we typically will get our deals from. And you guys have seen me do this 100 times. All of these people are people you should be networking with. You should literally call them up. WeBuyUglyHouses.com. Don't call them. They're knuckleheads. I used to be one. You can call them too. They're great. Countrywide Home Buying. There we go. We buy houses cash fast. Okay. So these guys are typically not buyers. And why is that? Guys, why are these guys not actually buyers? It's because anybody that actually has a website is somebody that is, somebody that has a website is marketing to a seller, is typically a wholesaler, not an actual buyer. Okay. And so what we don't want to do is we don't want to find a deal today and then send it to a wholesaler, because what's a wholesaler going to do? They're not actually going to buy it. They're just going to tie it up and try and sell it to somebody, one of their buyers. And I don't have a problem with that. I just prefer to show you how to find a real buyer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a YouTube video I want you guys to go look at later. We'll save a bunch of time. And my wife is going to go through and comp some deals. We're going to hopefully do some paperwork on a deal right now. How is it that Jamil has 82 people on his live right now? He has 82 people on his live on Straight Outta Compton. Let's pull this up. See that? He's got 83 people on here right now. Why are those 83 people over there right now? They should be over here. Okay, so let's go Pace, Morby, find buyers. Okay. Go to YouTube. One of the greatest videos I've done was with Burton right here. Okay. So check this out. We use PropStream. And if you guys look at this PropStream, you'll see a heat map. And the heat map, we tie it all the way down and we find buyers through this video. We literally go through and find buyers and we get it all the way down. I think we end up getting it down to like 4 or 5 people. There it is. We got it down to 8 people. I kept niching it down, niching it down, niching it down. So by the time you get to minute 21, you know how to find the buyer, niche it down, get their phone number, do everything within 22 minutes. So we're not going to do that tonight. And I'm not going to push prop stream. I'm not going to do any of that kind of stuff, but I'm going to give you guys this link so that you guys can go watch this later. Okay. We'll save a bunch of time, bunch of energy, not having to go that route. Are you guys good with us skipping over that portion? Give me a yes or a thumbs up. Give me an emoji, guys, please. Let me know that that's okay. I don't want to piss off anybody. You just never know. Some people just are not happy with it. Okay, here we go. It's in the side chat right now, and you guys can go back and watch that YouTube video. It's great. You can just type in there, paste Morby, find buyers. Now, if I'm going to find a deal, this is what I'm going to do. I want to find a deal for a buyer. So luckily, tonight, my wife has a buyer sitting next to her. So I'm going to try and find a deal right now for myself. My wife is going to try and find a deal for her husband. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you're somebody that has a 9-to-5 job, you don't have to be married to the buyer. Okay. You can meet these buyers through the video that I just gave you guys. So you understand exactly how to go out and find those buyers. You develop a relationship with them. My buy criteria for me, I'm going to tell you my buy criteria. So if anybody wants to use me as your buyer in Arizona, I'm going to show you guys how to find deals in Arizona without cold calling sellers and doing any of that kind of stuff. If you use me as a buyer, here is exactly what I look for. I want Maricopa County, and I want my deal to net me, and my wife will explain this. I want that deal to net me 10%. Okay. So think about this. Yeah, guys, anybody that is registered for this, we have 1,806 people live, by the way. That's pretty dope. 1,806 people live. That's pretty amazing. Anybody that has come in here and you guys registered, you will end up getting a copy of the recording. I'm not going to share this on YouTube. It's going to only go to the people that actually registered for this event. Look at my badass wife, by the way. Somebody will ask, hey, will we get a copy of this recording in like 30 minutes? And I will not answer it. So please help me in the side. Okay. Now, if I want a deal, right? I'm a cash buyer. I buy everything. I buy mobile home parks. I buy multifamily. I buy subject to seller finance. I buy fix and flips. I'm a cash buyer. I also do the BRRRR strategy. As much as I talk crap about the BRRRR strategy, I buy a lot of BRRRR deals. So I don't know what my wife is going to find tonight, but we're going to find a deal. Typically, if I'm doing a cash purchase, meaning I'm going to go out and get a hard money loan, I'm going to go out and fix and flip that house, and I'm going to sell it on the retail market, and I'm going to flip that house, fix and flip. How much, what percent do I want? Everybody in the side chat, fill it up. I want to see if you guys are paying attention. What percentage are most fix and flippers looking for to net as a percentage in their pocket? Percentage, not dollar amount, but percentage. Okay, getting a lot of answers, which is great. Okay, in this market, 20% is nearly impossible. 20% is nearly impossible. A lot of people, if their filter is 20% right now, it's a really tight market. So you got to have good money. You got to have good crews. You got to go fast. You got to have a realtor on your team that knows what the hell they're doing. So 10%. So if I sell a house, let's say my ARV, my after repair value, I fix the house up, I throw it on the retail market, and I'm looking for a home buyer to buy that house from me, my ARV, right? My retail price. Let's say I put it on the market for $500,000. How much money as a fix and flipper do I want to net in my pocket on that $500,000 sale? Dollar amount, not percentage. At this point, I want you guys to transfer that to dollar amount. What do I want to walk away with? So let's say I find a house at $800,000, right? $800,000. Why is it so high? I want to make $80,000. And the reason being is because the higher dollar amount, the larger the risk for the cash buyer. Okay. So I want to make 80 grand. I just want to make 10%. That's my goal. So if I sell a house, literally we sell houses all the time. What would you say our average house is? Like 400, 500,000? Okay, our average house is $400,000 or $500,000 we sell, and our average is between $35,000 and $50,000 profit on all of our fix and flips. So my wife is doing a great job helping us find deals. We buy some from ourselves. My wife goes and finds them as well, and we're going to show you how my wife is finding them right now. Is everybody sufficient that you understand you got to go find a buyer first? You have a conversation with the buyer. You ask the buyer, hey, what's the percentage you're looking on a deal? Okay, great. Let me go find those deals, and then you move on to step 2. Are we all on the same page that that's the order that you do this in? You talk to a buyer first. And if you guys need, I'm going to give you guys that link one more time on the YouTube channel. 1,800 people in here. That's pretty epic. Make sure you guys are watching that first before you go that direction. Okay. Now, tonight, I don't know what we're going to find. I want to find a fix and flip. Our fix and flips are slowing down a little bit. We probably have 12 or so here. Let's look. I'll show you guys what our fix and flip stuff is going on. You guys want transparency? I'll just show you full transparency. What's it under?
This is not accurate because you leave channels. There's way more than this.
There is?
Yeah, you leave channels.
Well, it's because you guys are blowing me up all the time on shit. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention, but not as much attention as everybody else. You guys will see this, but this is full transparency. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that are pretty cool. This is communication software that we use on our team. It's called Slack. These are a lot of our active projects right here on the side chat. Okay. One that we are, which one is it? Diamond. This house right here, you guys can see Anna, my project manager, my wife, Molly, my operations manager. Here's the cute little house right here. Let's see what the video says.
Oh, it's hilarious. This is a great one. Wait, go to the end, like 10 seconds before the end.
What happened?
It's a wasp.
Oh, a wasp bit her?
We have a wasp's nest.
Oh, seriously? She got bit by a wasp?
No,
That's
she didn't get
dope.
bit by
Here,
a
let's watch that again. That was great.
No, she's just scared.
We should put that on TikTok. Oh, that's great. Okay, so
She didn't get bit, everybody. Sorry. She's just scared. We
so
got a
my
lot of
team will
wasps.
communicate on the deal, and you'll never see my name in here because that's not my job, right? My job's not to manage the flips anymore. I did that for a long time. I don't do that anymore. This is a house that we're making $120,000 on. My wife, because she found this deal through the same method we're going to show you in a second, my wife will end up making on that deal $24,000 or $25,000. If you're trying to get into this game, you don't need to be the buyer. You don't even need to be the person cold calling the list. You don't need to be the agent. You don't need to be any of that. You can literally be just the middleman. That's it. And what my wife does, this is what my wife does. It's the actual right way that you should do this. Is my wife is going to show you where she's finding these. And then I'll tell you the script right now. My wife is reaching out to people that have these deals. And she's saying, I represent a buyer that is looking for cash deals. Do you have anything I can look at? She's not representing herself as the buyer. She's not representing herself as an agent. She's not representing herself as anything other than I'm just finding somebody else a deal. Is that something that you guys in here actually have the physical capability of doing? Is just saying, I'm looking for a deal for somebody else. It's not that hard. I'm looking for a deal for somebody else. Now, how does my wife get paid? For everybody that's paying attention, how does my wife get paid on deals she brings to me? She does not get an assignment. She gets paid two different ways. How does she get paid? She gets paid two different ways. There we go. A lot of people got it. Some people didn't. My wife gets paid 20% of my profit, plus she gets paid the commission as an agent. Okay. So if I make $120,000 on a deal and she found that deal, she didn't have to fund it. She didn't have to run the construction. She didn't have to do any of the stuff. She just had to find me the deal. Does she set those terms or does the buyer? Now, most of the time when a buyer comes to me, when somebody in the audience, we buy deals from people like you all the time. Listen to this. Listen to me right now. 1,825 people. Listen to me right now. I buy deals from everybody. It's not just my wife. My wife does it because she likes to make good money. And no, realtor commission is a small part of what she makes. Okay. There we go. Desiree's got it. My wife makes 20% of the deal's profit plus the listing fee because my wife's not looking for an assignment fee. She's looking for a larger chunk of money. Okay. She does this for less than an hour, maybe 2 hours, and she'll find a deal, which is why I'm confident I have probably 30 to 40 minutes for her to find me a deal. And we're out of here. We're going to find a deal here in a minute, but I'm trying to make sure I'm answering questions along the way before it gets a little bit intense. So my wife does something that you guys can do. If you guys find a deal in Phoenix, Arizona, you find one of the 500 wholesalers in Phoenix, Arizona that are actually doing deals, and you bring me a deal, I will pay you a part of my deal. I'll either pay you an assignment fee up front, or B, I will make you part of the profits on the back end of the deal. For a long time, we were doing 50-50 splits, and we realized that we were crazy. We don't do 50-50 splits anymore, but we'll do 60-40. Sometimes we'll do 70-30. But my wife obviously lives with me, and she's trying to give more value to the partnership. And so she takes less money than most people do that come to me. Some people come to me, I go, I want to learn how to fix and flip pace. I go, great, bring me a deal. I'll fund it. I'll run the construction. My wife will do the listing. We'll sell it. You don't have to touch anything, and I'll cut you in on the profit. So you make more money working with me and learning how this deal actually gets done than you ever would if you just sold me a deal on an assignment. And then that gets rid of all the bull crap that you guys have to go through as like a middleman, where you're like, oh, I want to get my assignment fee. And you can go that route too. It's just that there's a lot of people that go, well, how do I get an assignment fee? And how do I get paid up front? If you guys want to get paid up front, I'll pay you up front. Happy to do it. But that means that you're not representing the buyer. You're assigning a deal. So I'm trying to give you a strategy that allows you to be very authentic with other wholesalers and other people in the marketplace, where you say, I am looking for a deal for a buyer. And you bring that deal to a buyer like me. A lot of times you guys can demand a 50-50 split. You can demand a 60-40, a 70-30 split, depending on the buyer. That's something something you work out and you negotiate with them directly. Does everybody understand that? Is everybody on the same page? We all good? Okay, here we go. A couple good questions in here. Do you buy in Tucson? I would never buy in Tucson. The place sucks. I buy in Maricopa County. Do not buy in Tucson. I'm sure that Crystal and Joseph Frangos are in here. Why don't cash buyers like it when I bring them MLS listings? Because that's not a deal. If it was on the MLS and it hasn't sold, how is that a deal? That's not a deal, dude. All these people that are telling you that deals are on the MLS, they're right. There are deals on the MLS, but it's 1 out of 1,000. The real deals are where people go to directly to the seller. Cash buyers don't like it when you bring them MLS deals because MLS listings have been soured. Okay. And what'll happen here, check this out. My lender. So I go buy a deal and my lender will say, hey, Pace, this deal is on the MLS for $500,000 and it hasn't sold in 40 days in the hottest real estate market in 13 years. I don't feel comfortable lending money on that deal. Lewis, does that make sense why most cash buyers don't like MLS listings? Is because our lenders are going to look at the deal, do air quotes on deal, because that's not a deal. It's not a deal if it's on the MLS. If it's sitting there for weeks and weeks and weeks, it's not a deal. It's just not. Do not spam the side chat with the same exact thing 100 times. Please do me that favor. Can you seller finance a Subto deal? Yes. Okay. Kurian is correct. She says, but nothing is sitting on the MLS. Yeah, actually, there are a lot of things sitting on the MLS. If we go on the MLS right now, do you think there's anything on the MLS for over 200 days? Hell yeah, there is. Kurian, do you want me to go on the MLS and show you that there's deals on the MLS for 200, 300, 400 days? Michael, I don't know what Privy is. I'm sorry. I don't know what Privy is. Is that somebody else? I don't know who's pushing it. I'm not in it. That's somebody else's strategy. I'm showing you my strategy. If they're doing it and it's working, great. But I don't do that. I go direct to the seller or we go to another wholesale. Jamil works with agents. He has a different strategy than me. I'm not Jamil. Jamil doesn't buy creative finance deals. I don't work with real estate agents. We are completely opposites. It's perfectly okay. If that's the route you want to go, that's a strategy. I'm not telling you the only strategy on planet Earth. I just don't think that there's deals on the MLS. That's personally my opinion.
We're doing free and quick.
I need less agents in my life. Brendan's like, you need more agents in your life. Are you joking me, bro? I need less. Nightmare. Every time you work with an agent, it's a nightmare. I like agents. My wife's an agent. My partner's an agent. The reality is most real estate agents don't understand real estate investing. They understand how to put houses on the market and find houses for buyers. That's what 99% of real estate agents know. And if you're in this chat and you're offended that I said I need less real estate agents, I'm not talking about you. You're trying to learn how to find deals. Okay? Very different conversation here. All right. So let's go into it. What do we have? You want me to hold her for a little bit?
Yeah. The easiest way that Pace just showed everybody how to get on to find actual wholesalers on Google, but I'm going to do it one more time. This is what you do if you want to find a wholesaler and you don't know any wholesalers, you haven't been to any RIAs, and this is like the bare minimum. This is not what I do right now, but you go cash offer Phoenix. So whatever market you're in where you want to work. Okay. So number one that pops up is Doug Hopkins. We know him. He is actually a great buyer and seller of deals. So this is someone I would for sure, this is a perfect person to talk to. I'm not going to actually talk to Doug. Pace could. I can't. What I'm going to do is if I call them, I'm going to say, hey, do you guys ever sell any of your houses? They do. They've sold us a house. They actually sold us the house that we lived in last before this one. So I just call them and say, hey, if you get a deal that I can buy as a fix and flip with my investor, please send it my way. So this is the easiest and coldest. The reason why I don't do that anymore is because I've made a relationship with some people. So my best place is obviously on Instagram. You know, you run into other wholesalers, you run into other fix and flippers, you run into people who are MLS mining, you run into people who are cold calling. And so that is the best way to start talking to those people. So I'm going to hop on my Instagram really quick and I am going to text somebody named Ryan, or not text him. I'm going to send him a message on Instagram. And a lot of people actually know him, Ryan Zolan. I love him. And I'm going to say, let's see, do you have any deals I can look at for a fix and flip for Pace? All right, so I've got him going, and then I'm going to start texting some other people. Another really good place that we find deals at, which most people on this live can also do, is Keegley, because they're almost nationwide. So if you reach out to your local Keegley franchise, they'll put you in touch with someone at their dispo department. So the agent here in Phoenix that's assigned to us is not Jamil anymore. It's Ronald. So I'm going to send Ronald Carter. He's great. So if you're in Phoenix, you'll probably either get Colby Ammerman or Ronald, and Ronald is ours. So, feel free, but I'm going to text Ronald real quick. Hey, Ronald, sitting down to underwrite some deals. Do you have anything I can look at? So Ronald is an employee. He's fully dispo, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And between these two, I should have something. And then I'm going to text another guy named Kyle. Do you have anything I can look at? This is just another dispo guy. Okay, cool. Ryan Zolan sent me something, and I'm going to pull it up right now, and we're just going to underwrite it live, if that's all right. Ryan sent me 5402 East Thomas. So let's pull up this guy. So it's actually on Thomas. So if anyone is in Phoenix, here's the house. It's right on Thomas and 54th. So double not great, to be honest. So I'm going to comp this really quick.
It's not a problem if it's an Airbnb. I mean, at the end of the day, a busy road is a problem for a family.
A flip,
It's not
yeah.
a major problem for an Airbnb.
Let's see what kind of value we can get here. So how I always start comping is I'm going to look inside the neighborhood and just see what's going on. That's where I always start. If there's a model match, cool. I highly doubt this one will have a model match because it looks kind of weird. Let's see what we got. So ours it's a 2665 square foot house. Let's see what it looks like the last time it was listed. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's ugly. It's got this weird addition thing in the back, but if it's 2665 square feet, it obviously was permitted. Just old school.
Go full screen on those photos. I can see them.
Sure. There's the back of the house.
Gosh, people and their stupid ass additions. It's so stupid. It's cute though. And you got a view of Camelback right there. That means you would have a view of Camelback from your addition.
You do have power lines on the side.
Is that our property or is that down the valley or down the side or is that across the street?
I think it's on the side because it's in front of that truck right there.
Okay. The ARB, what do you think?
Let's take a look
What's
at
that house that sold for 900 grand? What did that sell for? Or what?
So this is going on in the neighborhood, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, smaller than ours.
500 square feet smaller. It sold for 975. How close is that?
It's in the neighborhood,
What?
but it's not on. This is all what's going on
Show
in the
me the
neighborhood.
map. Pull up the map. Let's see how close it is. So
Thomas and
all your comps are
54th.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah, there's Thomas and it's off of 54th. So right here. So we are right here.
So it's in.
Oh, sorry, it's right here.
Just
Our
one
house
street
is
over.
right here. Yeah. We've got one coming soon for 1.4 million.
In the same neighborhood?
4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2650 square feet, completely renovated, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, so 1 extra bath than us. Who knows what it looks like? Open floor plan, master suite, 2-car garage, architectural design engineering by Morris Originals from Seattle, Washington, previously featured on HGTV. So it's going to be super nice. Let's see, this one's pending at 949. So they just enclosed the carport, opened up some walls.
Pretty basic.
And this one is a little bit more interior, so not as close to Thomas.
That's pending at 970 to 949.
Yeah.
What's the square footage on it? And bed bath count?
This one is 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2014. So we're 2665.
Dude, we're 500 square feet bigger than that. I mean, I know it doesn't. It's not a model match, and it's inward.
So there's no way this isn't a new build. But it looks like someone bought this house and tore it down. Yeah, it's a new build from 2020. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3651. So it's definitely
Is that in the
has
same
nothing. Yeah, it's in the same neighborhood.
No shit for 2.4 million.
Mhm.
Pull that up on the map.
Sure.
That looks like a rafter house.
It's right here.
A $2.4 million home sold for 3 streets away.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then we've got close 490, close 605, which is
So they bought
Ours.
It, they bought it and closed on it at 605.
Uh-huh.
And they're trying to sell it to us for how much?
they're going to sell it to us for 610, but he said that there's wiggle room and he hasn't sent it to anybody else. He just got the contract yesterday. So whoever bought it is obviously selling it to him and going to lose some money. Let's look at this one. 1.5 million. This has got to be a new build too. 1955. 11 days on the market.
What if I look at that deal, that Thomas deal? What if I look at that as an Airbnb? Go on AirDNA and type in that address and let's see what the value is on that. Oh, airdna.co, I think it is. And just type in the address. I don't have an account. Just use the free one. No, Hoffman has an account, but I bet you that thing would bring in 6,000 or 7,000 a month easy, maybe even more. I mean, Sterling brings in. I've got a house right there.
Why is it doing that to me?
I don't know. Just type in the address. 5402 East Thomas Road.
It's either wanting me to do 85018 or just
Do that,
plain
do that.
Phoenix.
Just pull that up, and then I think it gives you a better ability to like type in the actual address.
Okay, Thomas, 54th. Okay, so can I type in the address now?
I don't know. Maybe try and log in. Maybe I do.
Well, let's just check this out. So this is
See if there's one right on Thomas.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, there's one right below Citrus Acres, right there.
Mhm.
There's a couple like right on Thomas.
Right here.
Average nightly rate 362.
That's a condo though. This is, let's see. So that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Has a pool though, 362.
Okay.
Huge guest suite. Nope. Cambridge Casita. Nope. We want a house. 6-bedroom ranch. Let's go back up here. There we go. So we're in here, right? 54.
No, we're over to the right, Sherwood Town area.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Right here. Oh, what's going on in here? Okay.
420.
420. That's only a condo. 4.5, 453.
Dude.
420 or 453 a
It's
night.
an Airbnb all day long. It needs a big rental. What's the price on it?
So he said it's 610, but he can work with us if we want.
Ask him what the work with us means, because maybe what you do is you just lock that up as an Airbnb, and I just burr that and we keep it. If that thing can bring in $400 a night, that's like a killer area to own a house right there. That's like the LA of Phoenix.
Yeah. It is vacant. Close of escrow is 318. Let me know tonight if possible. Might be a little bit flexible on price.
Tell him I would need more time because I need to get a loan. I would need a 30-day close. Ask him if we can do a 30-day close.
All right. Do you want to underwrite it like it would be a flip just for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's on Thomas, so you got to knock off 10% of whatever the perceived or what the value would be. But I mean, you're at what is that one? The one up there that just sold?
975
at how? What's the square footage?
This one is 2,100 square feet.
Okay, so figure out what the price per square foot is on it.
464.29.
464.29. Multiply that by. I think that upstairs is shit. I think what you got to do is you got to multiply our square footage by probably like 2,300, not 2,600. Yeah, that's bonkers.
Yeah, there's no way.
I would multiply ours by 2,200 square feet, not 2,600.
That's still crazy.
Okay, but then take 10% off of that for the busy road. 922. Okay, so underwrite it as the ARV is 922.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Do
Okay.
you guys understand what we just did right there? Does everybody understand what we just did? Okay. You want to hold her for a second? I'll explain this to them for like 3 minutes, what we just went through.
Sure, of course.
All right. So my wife found a wholesaler, sent over an address. Okay. The house is on Thomas and 54th Street. So it's an amazing area. The reason why I took 10% off of the value of the house is because it's on Thomas. Okay. So this is what we did. Watch this. I'll reshare the screen and you guys will understand this a lot more. And this is why you find a buyer, guys. You find a buyer and the buyer will tell you this stuff. You see how fast my wife and I can have a conversation like this? So here we go. This is the house. You can see it has 2,600 square feet. Okay. So our square footage is 2,665 square feet. It's a big ass house, 2,665 square feet. However, I'm not happy with that 2,665 square feet. And the reason being is because the addition in the back, I think is janky. So I took 400 square feet off of the house because I think that 400 square feet is shit. So I'm not going to remove it. I'm actually going to make that addition actually pretty cool. But what I would do is I would not count it as the value of the property just because it's janky and it looks stupid, just in the event that my lender won't give me value for that. So I just go, you know what? That addition's about 400 square feet. So I'm going to bump it down to 2,200 square feet. Okay. Does that make sense? Now, this house sold one street over, literally one street over, and its price per square foot is $464 a square foot. That's closed. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to see what we're doing here. We're taking our house, 2,200 square feet, and we're multiplying it for a 464 square footage. So do the math on that. What's 2,200 square feet multiplied by $464 a square foot? Okay, it's $1,020,000. Now, even though I took off 400 square feet, I also want to take 10% of the value off of that property on top of it because of the busy road. Okay, Tracy? So what is my actual ARV, guys? My actual ARV is about 900. Does everybody understand how I came to that ARV? Victor, I'm going to do this one more time. One more time, I'm going to do this. We've explained it a couple of times, guys. You might want to go back and rewatch the recording. This house sold one street over. Look, it's got 2,100 square feet, so it's smaller than our house that we're looking at. The house we're looking at has 2,600 square feet. It's right here. Give me a yes if you see that I have 2,600 square feet and the other house that sold for $975 has 2,100 square feet. So my house is actually one street over with 500 more square feet. So I'm going to multiply my house by the $464 per square foot that this house sold for. Does that make sense, guys? Are we on the same page? This is very basic real estate. We all on the same page? Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to take our house. It has 2,600 square feet, except I'm not happy about that. Why am I not happy about that? I'm not happy about ours because if you look at our house and you look at the photos of our house on the MLS, you're going to see that I got a weird janky addition addition right here. Can everybody see this weird janky addition over here? Give me a yes in the side chat. Everybody see that weird janky addition? So I'm going to remove, I'm going to take our 2,600 square feet right here, and I'm going to remove 400 square feet because I'm not happy about that addition. I think it's shit. Now, how many square feet do I have? If I was at 2,665 square feet, what square footage am I at? I'm actually at 2,265. Why is it 400? Guys, because I'm not a freaking engineer. I don't live my life down to the ruler. I'm just looking at that and I go, yeah, it's about 20 feet by 20 feet. It's about 400 square feet. So I'm knocking 400 square feet off. So I'm knocking it down to 2,265 square feet. For all the engineers out there, you're probably not going to be successful in real estate. I'm very sorry. I'm just joking, by the way. We got to keep people entertained. Got to keep people entertained, guys. Okay. So what is the square footage of my house after I take that weird addition off? Okay. I'm at 2,265. Perfect. Now let's take our 2,265 and let's multiply it. If we remember, what are we multiplying it by? We're multiplying it by this number right here, $464.29. Take that exact number. Let's figure it out to the penny. 2,265 multiplied by 464.25. Okay. So $1,051,616. Do we all understand how we got to that value? So I'm going to take off 100 grand roughly on this property. I'm going to take 100 grand off this property because I don't like the busy road. Okay. So Eileen gave us a number. She says the number is $945,000 ARV. D'Amico says 951. Let's just call it a cool 950. Are we good to just call it a cool 950, guys? Everybody good with 950 is the ARV on our house? Give me a yes. We got 1,759 people and I'm getting about 100 yeses. Give me some yeses in the side chat. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. $950,000. Okay. So my wife is going to look at this deal and she is going to actually underwrite this as if it is worth 945 for a fix and flip using my spreadsheet. All right, boom. Let's go full screen on this. How about that? Is that a little bit better? You guys can see this actually. Hold on. Let's make this a little bigger. I hate this stuff over here. Let's make this smaller and a little bit bigger. And let's go to 125%. Okay, cool. We already know our retail value. We just figured it out. Our retail value is $950,000. I know because it's going to be a big renovation. I'm going to say it's going to take me 8 months to do this renovation. And I'm going to say the purchase price is 600. And what do you say is his bottom line? If they say wiggle room, I'm going to assume it's 600,000. $600,000. We're going to pay $6,000 in closing costs. So our purchase price is going to be 606. We're going to have $125,000 renovate. Actually, I'm going to say 150 just to be like baller. Okay. Monthly maintenance. I'm going to say 1,500, 62. Oh, damn. All right. So if I get a loan, a hard money loan, damn, dude, the hard money lender's getting paid $74,000 on this deal. If you guys ever want to lend money to me privately, feel free to lend money to me privately. Even after a hard money lender gets paid $74,000 on this deal, we would walk away making $75,000. Yeah, but I would. Yeah, 610. Yeah, sorry. Well, I would keep this as an Airbnb, dude. Even though we could make $75,000 on this deal, I would keep that as an Airbnb. That's a house I would want to keep. I would just do the burr. I would buy the deal. I would get it stabilized and I would refinance all the money out and we're into the deal, no money. Do you think you could furnish it for 150 too? Yeah, that's why I think we could do the renovation for 100 to 120 and then I think we furnish it for another 30.
What do you think? Do you like it?
Tell Ryan to send over the contract on that. So guys, it's close on a fix and flip. Here's the thing is like, if you guys are a sub 2 student, you get that calculator. You guys want me to share it with you guys? You want me to share it with everybody? It's not a creative finance one. It's just a regular one. You guys want that calculator? Meanwhile, we got a baby crying in the side chat and somebody in this Airme is like, I'm too busy. I have a 9-to-5 job. Can we tell them to send over the assignment? Yeah, tell them to send over the assignment. Can I just get in one day tomorrow? What's the max inspection period? I don't know. Usually like when we're doing fix and flips, we don't really like literally just go send me the deal, but that's a bigger deal. So I would want to go over and take a look at it. Plus we literally had like 3 deals in the last couple of like months we ran into.
Well, this doesn't usually happen that we like the first deal that we're looking at. So
oh, that was the first deal you looked at? I went up 2 flights of stairs and changed a baby's diaper. I thought you maybe looked at a couple of deals. Okay, guys, the spreadsheet is in the side chat. You want to take a minute?
Did you share my special spreadsheet?
Well,
I've got a shareable one. That's my personal one. I don't want to share.
Oh, yeah, I shared it. Sorry.
Okay, no one make an edit to my spreadsheet.
They will. Nothing you can say will stop
Well, I know, that's why
people
I did
from
a
doing stupid
shareable
shit.
one rather than, okay, well, Here, go in really quick and make me a copy of it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's too late. So my wife is working on getting the contract sent over. Okay, I'm going to stay on here until I get the contract. Where is the spreadsheet? I've put it in the side chat. Let me put it in there one more time, guys. It's in there right now. Is it harder to be your own buyer? Yes. Mike, if you got to ask that question, then yes, absolutely. Everybody, what do you think I'm doing right now? I'm waiting for Ryan Zolan to send me a contract so I can show it to you guys. Do you guys want me to wait for the contract and show you guys that part? Or do you guys want me to end this right now? That's what I'm doing. So don't bust my balls because I'm not sitting here showing you something. Sometimes things take a little bit. Holy moly. Let me do some Q&A while my wife works on that for a second. People have their hands raised, I think. Guys, anybody has their hands raised right now, you better freaking be ready because I will give you 3 seconds. Arturo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Can I download that calculator onto my phone?
It's a Google Excel sheet, bro. You can download it on anything you want.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm putting in the side chat again. It's a Google Doc. If you don't understand how to use Google Doc, I would Google it.
No, I got it. I think I saved it on my computer, home computer.
Okay, it's right there. Boom.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, next person in line. You better be ready because I give you 3 seconds. Jean-Quel. I think that's how we say that. There he is. What do you got, brother?
I was just wondering, with the 20% you have a buyer, how do you kind of, and if you might have answered this, just call me an asshole if you did, but you might have answered this, but 20% from the buyer, how do you stop them from just going around you and not paying you the 20%?
This is the greatest question of the night, JQ. Can you write this down?
Yep.
I want you to remember this for the rest of your life because it's the most common question I get with people trying to jump into wholesale. If you have somebody trying to go around you, they are not a buyer. They are a wholesaler. Buyers do not have time for that. I don't know one legitimate buyer that goes around people. The people that go around you, JQ, are the people that are in Facebook groups. Those are called wholesalers and daisy chainers. I don't have a problem with them. I'm not speaking negatively about them. But if somebody has the ability and this, JQ, here you are sitting here trying to learn how to get into real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fix and flippers are inherently stupid people. And what I mean by that is they're not out there learning how to strategize and text and cold call. They're not trying to do that. All they want to do is have you send them a deal. They go manage their contractors. They're fixing and flipping. For some reason, you guys like put these buyers on this pedestal that there are these intelligent, super smart people. They're not. They're not going to go around you if they are an actual buyer. That's why we go to the MLS to find buyers. That's why we go to PropStream to find buyers. I never go to a Facebook group to find a buyer. Never. Because that's not where buyers hang out. The people who are hanging out in Facebook groups are wholesalers who are going to get your deal and go around you. That is why you go find people who have actually closed on a property. Did you see us do that part, JQ?
Yes. Well,
okay, so
we're waiting for contract, right?
Last thing I'll say, and I'll let you have a rebuttal to it. Never talk to a buyer that has not closed a deal in the last 90 days, because that's not a buyer.
Got it.
That's it. That's the answer. And I can't explain that anymore. People, you guys think that these are just people who say, yeah, send me a deal. Dude, don't send a deal to somebody that hasn't closed a deal in the last 90 days. You have public data available to you on PropStream, Batch Leads, MLS. If you cannot prove that they own a property, they are not a buyer. They are a wholesaler.
Hey, Pace, do we have to get like a contract or any sort of like agreement with the buyer stating that they'll pay us the 20% or whatever the percentage is after they, no?
Hey, Tanisha, are you in here? I did a deal with Tanisha, did a deal with Christina in here. I did a deal with Ted Miller in here. A lot of people in here. Jamari, I just did a deal with Jamari, Subto deal. I called his seller, closed the deal with my money and paid him $10,000 outside of escrow without a single contract because legitimate buyers, JQ, are in business for long term. Wholesalers are not.
Gotcha.
Okay. I do wholesale, but I'm not a wholesaler. People who are wholesalers are people who are only wholesaling and they will gladly go around you. So how do I verify, JQ, that I'm working with an actual buyer? How do I verify that?
That they bought a property within the last 90 days.
And how do I verify that?
That they're an actual buyer. What we did earlier was looking up the LLC, calling them up.
There you go. So you got it. We looked up the LLC and we saw that they actually bought a property, that we actually saw the LLC that owned the property. We saw what day they closed. We saw what they did with the property. We even saw that they bought it for cash.
Yep.
So would you say that that's an actual buyer?
Looks like one to me.
Okay. So don't call people that you haven't done that with because those are the people that will go around you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
In our business, in our line of work as fix and flippers, I do everything. But as a fix and flipper, all my friends who are just fix and flippers, bro, they have no time to look for deals. No time. They're out managing contractors, finding supplies, dealing with all the things, finding lenders, doing all that kind of stuff. They don't have time to find deals. They just don't. And they don't go to seminars. They don't know who Max Maxwell is. They don't know who Jerry Norton is. They don't know who Jamil is. Most of them don't know who the hell Pace Morby is. They legitimately don't know any real estate investors like us. So when you guys are sitting there thinking that somebody's going going to go around you. Somebody that actually closed on a deal in the last 90 days, they're not going around you. They're actually in business. They're big boys. CJ Hampton.
Yeah, I wanted to see, do you do anything with Pittsburgh?
Hell no.
Okay, Pittsburgh is not a good deal.
I'm not in Pittsburgh. I don't want to fix and flip in Pittsburgh. You know how many buyers there are in Pittsburgh?
There's a lot.
So many.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot, bro. You want a buyer in Pittsburgh? I'll give you a buyer in Pittsburgh right now.
Because I got my real estate license and I've been following you for a while. So I want to say thank you because you
Of course
push me to start doing
I'm the
stuff.
guy I'm the one that's gonna make you guys feel stupid every once in a while. And I'm sorry if I ever do that. I'm
No,
really
no,
just trying to give you a kick in the pants, you know?
That's called learning. You know, I look at it as when you come at me like that, that's learning. So
Let me show you something real quick. Okay. I'm gonna do a little screen share for you. Okay.
all right, thanks.
Batchleads.io. Okay. So if I go to Batch Leads, I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm not trying to do anything for you guys. I'm just going to do a little list search and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, sir.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I assume, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So let's do Pittsburgh. I'm going to do a real quick search.
Mhm.
This is why this is actually better than the MLS.
Yeah.
Okay? Is because it's so much faster than the MLS. Don't tell my wife I said that.
I'm a real estate agent too, so I've been like researching all this other stuff too. So I
Okay,
understand.
perfect. Okay, cash buyers. Let's go. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So here's my quick filter. Cash buyers, 90,000 cash buyers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're going to filter that down. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to say residential. All right.
Mhm.
We're going to say single family. Then I also want to say when they bought, right? That's what I care more about. Ownership info, last sale date. This is a really good one. Last 3 months. So let's
I see.
apply that. And that goes down from 90,000 to, come on, that's dumb. All right, let's do it again, I guess. Occupancy stat. No, I don't want that. Owner type. Let's say company owned. My wife talked about that a little bit. And let's say, nope. Oh, hold on. Let me clear this real quick. Sorry, I'm on a different computer than I normally am. So I apologize for this. A little bit slower than normal. Cash buyers. So you got a lot of cash buyers here, right? So obviously you don't want to spend the money on pulling a list of 90,000 cash buyers. So we're going to go in there. We're going to filter that down to status. Okay, we don't want to do that. Where are we at? Come on, batch leads. Residential, property type, single family. I mean, if you have a condo, then obviously you would want to switch that up. But let's put this here. Ooh, 194,000. So that took it down to 60,000.
Okay.
So we're going to filter it. We're going to filter it again. And let's say ownership info. We're going to take that and just say last 3 months and apply.
Yeah.
Let's see, year to date. How about that? It doesn't like something I'm doing. Let's do individual and company owned and apply that. It doesn't like something I'm doing. Well, anyway,
I understand that.
you understand. So if I would just filter it down and I would just call 4 or 5 of them. My computer, for some reason, being a little bit silly. You can do this on PropStream. You can do this on Batch Leads. It's not that I don't like Pittsburgh. It's just that I already successfully fix and flip here in Phoenix, right? We do 50, 60 deals a month or 50, 60 deals a year. The challenge with virtually flipping is that when you're virtually flipping, you got to go get contractors virtually. You got to have people you trust virtually. And I don't love virtually flipping. We do it, but what I would rather do is I do a lot of Airbnb. If you had a creative finance deal in Pittsburgh, now we're having a conversation because I'm going to keep that.
Yeah, that's basically where I was going to get to, like the creative finance, because I've been watching a lot of your videos on that. That's what made me come to the stream.
If you find a sub-2 or seller finance deal, I will buy it from you in Pittsburgh and I will walk your seller through it. I will help you out, or one of my students in the side chat will help you out.
All right, cool. Yeah, just tell them to send me their information because I found a lot of stuff and I probably could have some deals coming up.
Somebody reach out to CJ, please. Send him a message. Go on his Instagram, whatever. Help this man out. I got a lot of students in here, brother.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, I just had this thought. So I told a lot of you guys at the very beginning of this live that I'm going to be creating an NFT that has ownership in an Airbnb. What if this is the property that we buy? If we buy this property from Ryan Zolan, what if I put this in a smart contract and you guys, everybody that's coming to Clever Investor, you guys end up having part ownership of this specific house in Phoenix, Arizona that we end up renting out for $400 a night? How dope would that be? Who's coming to Clever, by the way, while we're waiting for my wife to come back down? Who's coming to Clever? If this is the house, I don't know if it ends up being the house, but I think it will be. Anybody that is coming to Clever, you guys will get ownership. Oh, Tanisha says, I'm back. I got kicked out. Heard you were looking for me. I was just basically reaching out to Tanisha. Got it. My Sunday service starts in 17 minutes, but I really want to finish this live. I want to make sure that we get the contract tonight. Hold on a second. Let me call my wife. Sunday service, for anybody that doesn't know, is my podcast I do every Sunday at 7 p.m. Hey, what did Ryan say?
He's eating dinner.
Got it.
He says waiting on 2 answers from the team confirming if we can do a 1-day inspection period in the assignment and if we can push close of escrow so that you can get the loan back.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
But I told him to send you an assignment. So
okay, thank you.
If he gets it, it's coming your way to pacejmorby@me.com.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Nope. Thank you. Love you. All right, Sean Manning. Let me invite him on stage real fast. Let me see if I can. Sean, how you doing, man? Come on here.
Hey, Pace, how you doing?
What up, bro?
All right, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, this is really confusing because I think it's oversimplifies this business for a lot of people. And they're like, literally, all I have to do is find a deal for somebody, make $20,000. Is that where the confusion comes from?
No, I'm confused the fact that it's a Laura found the deal, and I didn't see where her part or her portion of the deal is actually lined out as what she gets. Is that something you guys agree upon beforehand, or is that just a set percentage that you agree upon prior to?
Okay, so Sean, this is going to help a lot of people. Call me and act like I'm a cash buyer.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man? My name's Pace. How you doing?
Good.
How can I help you?
I'm looking to see what you're looking for as far as a buy box on what you're trying to find in this area.
So your opening line, Sean, should be this.
Go ahead.
You're the cash buyer, okay? I'm the guy that's calling. Hey, is this Sean?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sean, my name is Pace Morby. I'm a deal finder in Phoenix, Arizona, and I saw that you bought a property on 123 Main Street. Are you still actively looking for deals?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you finding them yourself, or can somebody like me, like a guy that's just getting into the business, can I bring you stuff and get paid for bringing it to you?
Absolutely.
Have you had other wholesalers bring you deals in the past?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so I'm a little bit new, man. So like, here's the thing. I really need help with comping and making sure that I'm tying up good deals. I have a lot of friends that are getting houses under contract and I want to bring them to you. Can I make sure that you're giving me the value you need and I can go back and negotiate on your behalf?
Absolutely.
Cool. So this random ass guy on AirMeet a couple months ago said that he pays his people that bring him deals 20% of the net profit on the back end of the fix and flip. Or you can say whatever you want, Sean. There's this other guy that does it and finds deals for other fix and flippers, and the fix and flippers split the profit with him 50-50. Are you open to something like that? If I find you a deal, are you open to fixing and flipping it and let me have 50% of the back end of the profit?
Got it. Makes a lot of sense.
Sean, your answer should be no. Say no.
No.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Well, you just say that seems like a lot, man. Like I'm the one that takes on the risk. I'm the one that has to get the loan. I'm the one that have to manage. Okay. All right, Sean. So what would you be open to? Would you be open to like a 70-30 deal? Like I get 30% of the back end?
That makes sense.
Perfect. So if I bring you a deal and I bring it over to you, what kind of paperwork have you done in the past with people that I can just use that same paperwork, or do I need to just go get something else?
Got it.
Guys, literally, this is how business is done. Legit. That's how simple this business really is.
Okay. So there's a contract that you're going to outline between you and the buyer somehow that allows you to get that 20% or 30%, whatever you guys agree upon prior to the deal.
And most people, I'm going to tell you the truth, most buyers, they're not looking to play that game with you of like paperwork. I don't do paperwork with anybody that sends me deals. I just tell you what I'm going to pay you and I keep it open at, like there's Tanisha. So I was looking for her.
Right.
Tanisha, I paid her on her first Subto deal that she ever sold. She sold it to me. Her and Christina sold it to me. I literally just, here's what I'll pay you. And I paid them.
Got
That's
it. How do you keep them from screwing you over? Okay, I'm
going to say this again to everybody in the side chat because you guys are so busy watching Max Maxwell and Jerry Norton and all these people on YouTube. Nobody's taught you one of the most important things. And by the way, these guys are my friends, but I think they're not giving you very important advice. Real buyers, people that are actually closing on property, Sean, don't go around you.
Got it.
Do you think real cash buyers are actually running around looking for deals? They're not. Wholesalers bring us deals.
Okay.
Let me do you a statistic. Okay. This is very interesting. I also own a lending business. And so we go to lending conferences and all that kind of stuff. Nationwide, the statistic is that over 80% of all the loans done on fix and flips, actually those loans, those houses came from a wholesaler sourcing those deals directly to a seller. 80% of the deals coming from that fix and flippers are buying are actually going through a wholesaler.
I remember you saying that in one of your other videos. That makes a lot of sense.
Because cash buyers don't have time to go find deals. They're not cash buyers at that point, are they? They're wholesalers. They're finding deals. They're deal finders. Cash buyers are not going out and looking for deals unless they also are a wholesaler.
Got it.
And if they also are a wholesaler, then you probably don't want to be sending them deals because what are the chances that they're going to actually close on your deal?
Okay. The main conversation you want to have is up front with the cash buyer. Outline that all out with them.
This is why I tell all of you knuckleheads to go find a buyer first.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense.
I will die on this mountain. I will die on this mound. I will die on this fact. It is a fact. Anybody that tells me otherwise, they are 100% wrong. If I am Pace, we're talking about a different story. If I go into a random market, most of the time I could just go after a deal, okay? Because I know how to look at value and comp stuff, right?
Right.
But Sean, do you feel ultra confident in your ability to comp stuff?
No.
Okay, so you should never go after a seller first or go after a wholesaler's deal. You should always go to a buyer so that you have somebody, a confidant. Did you see how my wife and I played back and forth with each other?
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
That is how the conversation with every buyer you're working with should be.
Got it.
There was a reason why I brought my wife in here. It was legit to show you this is the conversation. I'm like, oh, well, what about this? And what about that? And blah, blah, blah. And that's how fast a buyer, who in here is doing deals and talking to their cash buyers? And that is legitimately how the conversation is rolling. Give me some love in the comments. That is seriously how how this business is done. What you guys saw was cold hard. I thought she had already comped like 2 or 3 houses, or yeah, by the time I got down here, she says, Thomas, 54th. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a wonderful area. And then we comped the deal, getting a contract sent over us that fast. And the reason being is because I did my research on the buyer first. I know that what the buyer wants. My wife knows what the buyer wants. And the buyer gave her that value, like, hey, you know what? Let's lock up the deal. Give me 1 day inspection period so I can stop by that property. And that's it.
So the relationship with the buyer is actually really critical. And
it is the most important thing in this entire thing. You guys think the deal and the lead generation is the most important.
Got it.
Finding a buyer to sell your product to. Sean, would you go open up a restaurant in a random city without knowing what people are eating in that restaurant?
No, because you want to know what the demographic is and what they like.
Why the hell are all you wholesalers going out there starting up random ass restaurants, not knowing what people are actually going to consume?
Right, makes a lot of sense. I agree.
Y'all are going out there and starting Ferrari dealerships in El Paso. Ain't going to sell a Ferrari. You're going to Beverly Hills starting a minivan dealership. You ain't going to sell a minivan in Beverly Hills. Figure out your demographic. Figure out what your buyer's buying and then go create the product.
Okay.
I don't know why that's not common sense, but it's not. And that's why I've had to explain it a couple of times, because it's vital that you guys need to understand that.
No, I appreciate it. What we hear from you guys a lot of times, watching you and Jamil and everybody else is, hey, 80% of your first deals come from like D for D, driving for dollars, right? Go out there, drive for dollars and, get it under contract and then try to sell.
If you go and watch my drive, so I just did a driving for deals challenge that took 26 days. Who was part of that challenge? We helped 300 people get their first contract, by the way. 300 people got their first contract from that. It was insane. Okay. You look at the side chat. A lot of people were there. Did it for free.
Got it.
I'm the only guy in this industry that does any of this stuff for free. Everybody's trying to do a webinar, trying to sell you some shit, right? I'm telling you guys the exact opposite. I'm saying, work with my students. Don't become a student, work with my students. They're in the side chat. They're there. Work with my students.
Right.
In my driving for deals challenge, Sean, the first thing I told people to do is go find a buyer. And what we did in that driving for deals challenge is we actually linked my students with non-students. So essentially the non-students had a buyer linked in with them so that when they went out and they looked at houses and they were talking to sellers, they actually had somebody to help them value the property and determine whether it was a good deal or not.
Got it. So that's something I probably missed. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense because I've been doing a lot of virtual driving for dollars right there in Mesa, and I got family out there in Gilbert.
And you haven't talked to my team about what we're looking for and what we want? How dare you?
Yeah, now I know. I'm going to talk to somebody and find out.
DM my wife.
Got it.
Dude, the thing is there's so much money in this business. Do you think I'm upset if I got to pay somebody an extra $5,000 or $10,000 on a deal and I pay my wife too?
No, absolutely not.
Come on, bro. This business is incredibly easy.
I'm just trying to get started, trying to get my first deal.
Okay, but you don't have your first buyer, yet you're virtually driving for deals. Do we now realize the equation is freaking screwed up?
Yeah, I'm starting to see that I need to get what the buyer buy box is in order to I need to get to you guys.
And you also need to have a confidant. You need to have a homie. You need to have somebody that works with you on all this stuff and tells you what to do and says, no, that's not a good deal, Sean. Here's why. Because blah, 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 blah. And you go, damn, I didn't even know that, right?
Right. So who should I contact on your side if I'm actually doing, a virtual D for D right there in Mesa and all that?
I'll give you Ashley's information, okay, on my team.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You guys ready for her cell phone number? Should I put it on the side chat? You guys can all DM her right now.
Absolutely.
I would feel bad. I'm going to do it because you know what? Screw it. If you're looking for deals in Arizona, Ashley can help you. Hey, Ashley works on my team. She comps my deals. People will hit her with nonsense. There's always somebody that hits her with nonsense. So 480-266-4537. Put her in your guys' cell phone. So Sean, here's the thing. Now you're virtually driving for deals. Guess what you have? You now have the ability to actually ask somebody a question of whether this is a deal or not. And this is what value should this house be? And then guess what else you have? You have the ability to come into my office and go, hey, can you break this down for me and tell me what I'm doing wrong? We do that for people that send us deals.
Got it.
All buyers do that.
I built a list of about like 100 houses, couple 100 houses already right there in Mesa. Should I call on those houses first and then see if those are deals and contact her?
Here's the thing that I would be afraid of.
Okay.
Not hearing a no is not what I get afraid of. What I get afraid of is hearing a yes if I'm brand new. Because if a seller says yes, what do you do now?
I contact and JV with somebody who knows how to close and comp the deal.
Okay, but you're JVing with another wholesaler, not with an actual buyer. This is why you start with the buyer first.
Okay,
start with the buyer first. Now that you have a buyer, Ashley, right? Ashley is on my team. We close deals. We close them.
Got it.
Okay. And if we are going to wholesale a deal, we'll tell you straight up, hey, Sean, we don't like this deal, but we'll wholesale it. And you at least know what's going on. and we'll walk you through the process. But now you have a buyer. Now what you do is you go through and you call those sellers, 200 of them, and one of them says, yeah, I'd be open to a cash offer. Now, when you have an interested lead, you then verify the number on that house and what it should be before you go in and negotiate with that seller. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I just literally gave you the freaking keys to this business right there. In the last 7 minutes, I gave you the keys to this business, and there's 1,500 people in here that have probably not realized this. Y'all are going out there and trying to generate leads without an actual buyer to buy your product. Y'all are putting Lamborghini dealerships in El Paso, Texas. What are you doing? Right?
Right.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to stay on here a little bit longer and tell Cody to handle Sunday service, or do you guys want me to end this? Tell me what you guys want me to do in the side chat. Okay.
So, Pace, is there a specific buy box that that actually would tell me, like, hey, I'm looking for a 3-2 or something like that? And
yeah, I'll tell you right now. Okay, hold on a second. Let me call Cody real fast and tell him that he's going to handle Sunday service by himself tonight. Hey, I'm on this live. I've got like 1,700 people on here. Can you and Matt handle Sunday service?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on here for another probably hour or so.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. So Sean, the thing you got to understand is there's a reason why people don't like 2-bed, 1-bath houses. It's because that's not what people are buying. Families don't want 2-bed, 1-bath houses, right? So you alienate your audience. So essentially it's just too small. You need to start with 3-bed, 2-bath houses.
Got it.
The most practical, it's the reason why like 90% of houses are 3-bed, 2-baths is because of that. Everybody wants to flip that because that's what a typical buyer is going to want to buy. Okay. Let me get to some more hands. Has this been helpful, guys? I'm telling you, you can tell all these guys on YouTube, they're all my friends, and you can tell them Pace talked crap and said he wants to fight you all. There's a difference. Okay. There's a big difference. And this is when somebody tells you go find a deal first, it's because they're assuming you know how to find value. Can we all agree with that? Even me. You'll hear me say, go find a deal, go find a deal, get on the phone, generate leads. The reason why I say that is because I'm assuming you know how to comp a deal. But if you don't know how to comp a deal and you're brand new, does it make sense for you to go out there and start talking and negotiating with sellers? Like, what the hell are you doing? You need somebody to help you. That's why I do these free lives with you guys, so we can actually give you guys this value and connect you guys with Subto students and people that are in my world, in my community, that know what the hell they're doing, or at least have massive amount of support, right? Does that make sense? Everybody, we're all on the same page here. Literally, Kyle says, you gave us the way to make $10,000 for free. That was the goal of tonight. The goal of tonight was to give you that value for free. We had 1,850 people in here, by the way, tonight. That's pretty dope. A couple of people have their hands raised. Jason.
Hey.
What up, Jason? How you doing?
What up, dog? Hey. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about right now because I have a house in California that I called you about. You hooked me up with Chuck. What's his name? Chuck Billy or Billy Chuck?
Billy, one of my students.
Yeah. And the house, the guy's paying 2 mortgages. He sold the one house. He was going to rebuild it, and he didn't. He ended up getting talked into buying this other house. So now he's paying 2 mortgages, and he's pulling all of his hair out, the 3 hairs he has left. And I'm looking for a buyer now because I don't even want to. I kind of ghosted my compadre because I need a buyer. And so I'm looking in Cali. You say you don't buy in Cali, and that's where I'm at. So yeah, you got to have the buyer first so that when they say yes, you don't, you know what to do, because otherwise, man, bro, you're ass out. That's where I feel right now. I'm just like eager to find somebody to buy this house.
Yeah. Here, let me tell you a story about what happened yesterday. Somebody sends me a deal, right? And I'm on my way home from the TV set, and I'm like, you know what? I'll stop by. So I stop by this house and I look at it. I'm like, dude, this is not a deal at all. It's not a deal. And the girl who owns the property, the actual owner of the property, pulls up and she's like, hi, how's it going? Are you the contractor? And I'm like, man, this whole game of like wholesalers lying to sellers, that like the guy who locked you up in a contract is telling you Pace Morby is his contractor.
That's ridiculous, man.
Bro, like, I get why we're doing this, but you've had to lie to the seller so much. They get her under contract in October. They were supposed to close December 18th. What is the day yesterday? It's March 5th.
Right.
They already bought a house. They moved their stuff out. They're under contract on another property, and they put $100,000 non-refundable on another property. And they're waiting for this house that I went to close. And she's like, so are you the contractor? Is everything okay? We haven't closed. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, zip. I'm not going to say anything, but man, lady, you've been getting scammed by a wholesaler.
Right.
That's not how I operate. I don't want my students to learn that that's the business. And I also don't want them to feel the stress that you're going through right now, Jason. That's a super stressful situation where you're like dodging the seller and the seller's making decisions based on what you told them. It's a shady way to do business, but most people don't know any different because they're not sitting here learning how it's actually supposed to be done.
One of the key things that you said over and over again is that it's the assumption that we already have buyers, but everybody really, they're under that assumption that we have buyers. And I have a buyer here in Houston, the We Buy Ugly Houses guy. I know him directly. I go to church with him and everything. And he's like, Jay, just bring me the deals here in Houston. When I told him about the California deal, he was like, I don't do California. Maybe I can set you up with somebody out there that I know or something like that. But I said, no, let me talk to you because I know you've dealt with that whole We Buy Ugly Houses thing. And so I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. And I
mean, the We Buy Ugly House, I used to be a We Buy Ugly Houses guy. I used to own a franchise. A lot of people don't know that about me.
Right.
And they're trained very well. They're cash buyers, right? They know how to buy deals. And so he's a good dude for you to know. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
And so guys, here's what I would do. I would link in with my Subto students. If you're not a student, link in with my Subto students. I have nothing to sell. I don't want you to buy anything from me. None of that stuff. Link in with my students because Jason, did you get help from Chuck Billy?
Not yet, but I know he's a busy guy. It looks like he might even be in Europe or somewhere else. But I mean,
you know, he opens for Metallica, right?
Right. He's the lead singer for Testament.
He's the lead singer for Testament, and he
makes a hell of a record. Let me tell you.
I've got thousands of students all over the country that we have the greatest community. You just need to tag in with other Subto students and you'll get help. People will help you.
I'm trying my best to hook up with this.
What city is it in?
It's in El Sobrante.
What's a big city next to it?
San Francisco. It's about 30 minutes outside of San Francisco.
Any students in here that are in San Francisco, Jonah Corchin, dude, so many students are in San Francisco. And I'm sure that if you look in the side chat, I got a lot of students that are making comments that are in San Francisco or like that area.
Right.
Link in with them, brother.
It's in the East Bay. Thank you so much, Pace, man. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me.
Of course, bro. Man, thanks for coming in here. I appreciate it.
Great value, bro. Like, I mean, that word value is like, forget about it, right? You kill it, you murder it, you're a murder. It's a bloody bath. You're killing it. You're like Don Corleone of the man. You're killing it. You're killing it over here, bro. Trust me.
Thank you, guys.
I love you here in the house. I got my whole family watching you right now, and they think I'm crazy, but hey, I'm all in.
Here's the thing. This is the only way to get wealthy.
Right.
Because I'm not starting some insurance company and selling, like, I'm not going to start some tech company and come up with some invention and become a multi-millionaire. I'm not smart enough for that. The only way for regular people like me and everybody else, like 99% of the population, to become truly wealthy is through real estate. It's the only way.
Right.
The only way to be truly wealthy is through real estate. And so here we are doing a free live showing you guys, we're going to buy that deal. I'm going to buy that. And what is going to happen is everybody that's coming to Clever Summit is going to get a part ownership in that property. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give free ownership of the property I just locked up on this live as an Airbnb.
That's amazing, bro.
Dude.
Because like you said, your free thing right now, you're not upset. You didn't even sell this.
No, this is free.
To get to you cost me 20 grand because I didn't know anything about real estate. And so not to you, but I invested in this other thing and I thought it was real estate, but it was really the education of real estate. And it led me on a path to get to you here now. And I go, man, if I would have known, you don't know, you never know what's going to happen. There was a pandemic and there was all that other crazy stuff going on. And so I watched you guys through the pandemic. I found Josiah first. He was the guy who was saying, forget, he was out of the box. And I go, I like this guy. Then he led me to you. And it's been an amazing journey. And it was worth the 20 grand. But to know if these people on this side chat don't understand the value that you're providing by doing what you're doing for free, because there's people out there that charge tens of thousands of dollars for what you're right now giving keys to. I mean, you guys need to wake the up, man, because I mean, this is like amazing to me that you're even giving what you're giving at the free, bro. You're giving it free. And
I like your cheerleader in the back. She's dope.
Yeah, she's in there, bro. She's looking at, we can't wait to do our first deal and we're gonna do it. And
bro, here's what I would do. I'm gonna give you some homework, Jason.
Do it.
What market are you investing in? Where are you doing your leads and
right
stuff?
Right now I'm in Houston.
Okay, so bro, here's what I would do. Do not call another seller until you have 10 buyers that you know by their first name.
Okay.
In Houston, don't spend any more time on lead gen unless you have 10 buyers that you can call right now and they go, hey, Jason, what do you got for me?
Right. That and get my LLC. So when the deals start happening, I got some
100%. So here's the thing, bro. When you have 10 buyers, like you go, hey, my name's Jason. I want to send you a deal. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to be texting you like, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Right.
They're going to be on top of you. That's accountability. Now you're like, dude, I got buyers that need deals. I got to go find deals.
Okay.
And now when you find a lead and you're talking to somebody and you bring it to them, you go, oh, that's not a good deal. Run away from that or negotiate at $50,000 lower and I'll buy it. That is what you need on every single time you're talking to a seller.
Beautiful. God bless you. bless you, man.
Thank you,
You're
dude.
in the
Appreciate
boat.
you.
You're in the boat. You're in the boat with Jesus. Trust me.
I'm a jackass. I'm not quite a goat yet. I'm working on it.
No, you're in the boat with Jesus. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
come on, dog. Come on. I'm the donkey that Noah brought in the ark. That's what I am. I'm the jackass.
Yeah. All right.
What's your
Pace.
cheerleader's name?
My wife's name is Rose, my beautiful wife.
Hey,
She was gonna-
beautiful Rose. Thank you for the cheerleading. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys because I was doubting all this up until just today. I'm in doubt that this was even going to do anything for us because
It's very simple, guys. Go find 10 buyers. I
Yeah,
could give you guys a list of buyers, but I just showed you. If you guys go to Batch Lead, just put a list of buyers, you're done.
We're done. But, my doubt was there because we did invest all this money 3 years ago and I didn't see anything from it. I'm going, dude, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, I got egg on my face right now, so I'm trying to get out of it. And here you come.
Bro, yeah, welcome to being a man. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Let me do a couple of things. So anybody who's coming to Clever Summit, by the way, I want to tell you, this might be the house that I end up giving part ownership of. I'm going to share this. I'm not trying to promote or talk. This is not my event. This is somebody else's event. Cody says he's raising the price on this tonight. So if you guys are coming, if you're a sub-2 student, non-sub-2 student, you guys should be coming to this. Look at this. Here's the speakers. You got Robert Kiyosaki, Chris Krohn, Jamil Damji. Amy teaches raising private capital. Okay. So you're going to learn a ton from a lot of different people, all sorts of different strategies. Okay. And you guys can go there. Let's see. What is the cost? Let's look at the cost. The cost is $197. $197. Everybody that uses my link is going to have a part ownership of this property. Everybody that comes is going to have a part ownership in this property. Make sure you use my link. If you don't use my link, how will I know to give you an NFT of this property? I just gave it to you guys. The link is in the side chat. It's a weird looking link. Look at this. It's like pn120.isrefer.com, blah, blah, blah. That's my link. I asked Cody Sperber for a link specifically for my sub-2 students because I want to make sure that all my sub-2 students are coming out. It's $197, guys. Okay. It's not my event. That $197 does not go to me. I told all my sub-2 students what we're doing. It's going to be absolutely epic. I'd love to see you guys there in person. Tala says, what about non-sub-2 students? Let's bring you up on stage. Is your name Tala or Tayla?
You got it right. It's Tala.
Tala, what up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. So here's what I'm doing. Okay. For anybody that goes to Clever Summit, I'm giving partial ownership of this property. Or if this property for some reason doesn't work out, the next property that I buy subject to or seller finance, I'm going to put into an LLC, and everybody that comes to Clever Summit is going to get partial ownership of that LLC through an NFT.
Awesome.
And why am I doing that? Well, because I'm going to jump into NFTs and I don't know a lot about NFTs. So I'm going to go create my own. This will be my first NFT. I'm going to literally give it away for free because I want to teach everybody about it. Just like I'm doing right now, I'm going to give it to everybody for free. If you're a sub-2 student, you get 2 shares. And if you're one of my sub-2 mastermind students, you'll end up getting 3 shares. So Tala, you're not a sub-2 student, right?
Not yet.
Well, you can link in with other sub-2 students. You don't need to be my student. If you come to Clever, buy the cheap ticket, $197. If you come there, you don't need to be my student to be a part owner of that property I just showed you guys with my wife. Did that answer the question?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
But if you just go to Clever and you just go on there and you type in, cleversummit.com and you just buy the ticket, how will I know? I'm not giving 1,500 people access to that property. I'm only giving people access to that property to actually use my link.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Rami, she says, let me pull you up there. Thank you, Tala. I appreciate you. Good questions here. Rami, I'm going to wait for you. I think your name is Rami. I think that's how we pronounce it, right? There she is. She figured it out. How you doing?
Hi, Pace.
Hi. So you said, does that mean if you bought 2 tickets, you get 4 shares? No. So if you're a sub-2 student, you'll end up getting 1 token, but 1 token equals for a sub-2 student 2 shares. Okay. So everybody just gets 1 token per ticket. However, if you are a sub-2 student, the token that I give you, I'm actually creating 3 separate tokens: non-sub-2 students, sub-2 students, and then mastermind students. Flip Me students, you're included too. Okay. So Rami, if you bought 2 tickets, you're going to get 2 tokens, and each one of those tokens equals 2 shares. So you'll end up having 4 shares of this property.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes sense? Cool. Rami, thank you. Perfect. Okay, a couple other questions in here. What we're doing with this property and the other properties are going to be inside this LLC is I'm going to take the cash flow. So think about this. This property will bring in, what did we say? I think we figured out this property we're looking at will bring in roughly $400 a night. So I go fund it. I go renovate it. Everybody that owns the NFT with me will get to watch the whole process. We'll all be in it together. And then once I get it operating, if you're an owner in the deal and you own your NFT, you can sell your NFT to somebody else. You can trade it. You can do whatever. But if you stay with me, me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cash flow and the appreciation on this deal, and I'm going to roll it into another deal, and I'm going to roll it into another deal, and I'm going to roll it into another deal, and roll it into another deal. Denise says, what about Astro students? So Denise, you come on here. Let's chat.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, hey, sorry. I was lowering the TV in the background.
Yeah.
How you doing, Paige?
Let me tell you, you used Jamil's link, didn't you?
Listen, well, this cute little battle you guys had going on was hilarious.
Here's what I want you to do, Denise. You used Jamil's link, didn't you?
Well, I haven't even used the link because, to be honest with you, I'm actually like, I got to talk to him to see if I can go or not, because I just got hired to be director of Keegley Acquisitions here in Orlando.
Amazing.
So,
why wouldn't you go? It's going to be the biggest real estate networking event of the year.
I know. And I literally start tomorrow. So I'm like, I'll talk to my GM.
And isn't your job to go meet wholesalers and get deals sent to you?
Exactly.
Then wouldn't this be the greatest event for you to go to?
I know. But I'm just wondering if they'll actually give me the time off. Like, it'll be my first one.
Tell him. I talked to Pace. Pace said, give us the time off. This is BS.
I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm super excited. I just left my hospital job on Wednesday.
Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Full-time real estate.
I see you all the time in the chats, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate your spirit. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys have really changed so much for me, mindset-wise, family-wise, just in general, just like a woke entrepreneurial beast.
Yeah. And we just want to hang out. We just want to do cool stuff with cool people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always ask me, like, what are you trying to do? You're always, I'm like, dude, I've been doing free shit since day one, like the 16-hour live, the 25-hour live, the 26-hour live. Jamil and I travel around the country, do free pop-ups for years, and people just don't understand. This is just how we operate. And it's way more fun this way. And you've been with us, Denise, and I appreciate that.
It's funny because I learned about you guys during weekend networking event for Epic, which is Matt Terrio's company.
Oh yeah, I love Matt.
It was awesome, and we almost joined it, but then it was like 40 grand. And at the time, my husband and I was like, let's pump the brakes. Like
40 grand for my stuff?
No, for Matt Terrio's.
Oh, got it. I'm like, dude, what?
No. But the good thing that came out of that weekend is that we met this girl, Sarah, and she told me about you and Jamil. And then I started vetting you guys and following you guys, and I became obsessed. And then I had the consult for Subto and I had the consult for Astro, but I ended up going with Astro.
I'm glad you did.
I ended up going with Astro just because I'm such a newbie in real estate. I felt like I'm definitely going to do Subto eventually.
Denise, I'm going to break your brain for just a second. You should watch my most recent YouTube video with Dante Smith. I'm glad you joined Astro. Astro is amazing.
It is.
It is amazing.
It is amazing.
But I just did this YouTube video with Dante Smith, a student of mine that tried to wholesale for 2 years. And the second he got into creative finance, he got his first deal. I see more people get their first deal with Subto and seller finance than I see any other strategy, because it's not saturated and it's actually incredibly easy. You can pay way more money with creative finance than you ever can with cash. Enrique says, Pace, pull me on stage. Enrique, what for what, bro? You know? Okay, so Denise, here's what I'm going to tell you, because there's a couple of people that are saying in the side chat, there are a couple of girls say they can't fly to the event. Okay.
Yeah.
Only if you use my link. You do not have to be present at Summit to be a participant in the NFT.
Ooh, it's getting juicy.
I'm not getting paid to do this. Legit, I'm not getting paid to do this. There's a couple of reasons why I'm promoting Clever. Okay. Let me explain this to you. You don't ever see me promote stuff. Like, I've never promoted stuff on my Instagram unless it's free. Why am I promoting Clever? Well, because one of my students, Elena Tang, she's like, Pace, we need to do a Subto reunion in Arizona. I'm like, I love it, but do you know how much those things cost? And getting people to fly out and doing all that kind of stuff just for like a couple of hour reunion, like, that's not going to get people excited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Clever, or Cody Sperber, asked me to speak. And I was like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Jamil and I get to open for Robert Kiyosaki. We need to get all of our people and utilize the backbone of this event, because Cody Sperber is spending $500,000 to put this event together.
Oh my gosh.
Insane. I don't want to do that. I never want to do that. So,
and look how little he's charging, because honestly, a lot of these events are like 10, 20K. Like,
I know it's his last event. That's the thing. It's his absolute last event. He's been doing it for 15 years. He's like, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm older. I don't have the energy to do this. I'm doing one last like bang out job. And that's why I got Robert Kiyosaki spending money to like bring in amazing, amazing people. So what I did is I go, all right, let me get my sub-2 students out there. I want to get as many of them together as I possibly can. And I told Cody, I go, I want to also do a contest where I announce a winner for me going out. Did you hear about this, Denise?
yeah, I try to tell you, come to Orlando.
I mean, I have no control, Denise. That's the thing is like, I'm going to randomize it. Whoever uses my link and shows up to Clever, we're going to do a randomizer on stage and I'm picking them. It could be North Dakota, Alaska, Orlando, whatever. I love Orlando, but it's hot in July. I will then go spend that 30 days. It's a great place to announce that winner. It's like 1,500 people live, plus like 4,000 people are going to end up being online. What's going to happen is I go, all right, well, I got to make sure that I know who, you know, are my people and are like part of the sweepstakes, because I can't just go random person in the audience that doesn't even know who I am, because they might go, I don't even know this guy. He's going to come partner with me.
Exactly.
So I told Cody Sperber, give me a link. I want to track my people. And then Jamil challenged me and goes, I bet I could get more people there than you. And so he asked, he asked Cody for a link. And so Jamil and I have our link. We're not getting paid to speak. We're not getting paid to push the link or anything like that. They are, however, paying for my hotel room and stuff like that because I'm a speaker. And so in the thought process, I've also wanted to always do an NFT. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to reward the people that use my link. And I'm going to reward my existing sub-2 students double. And I'm going to reward my mastermind students double, the people who have been with me for a while. Anybody that uses my link, whether you show up or not, I will give you 1 share of the NFT in this property that we just bought, which means you'll get to see us buy it. The cash flow, the appreciation, we're going to roll into a second deal. Guess what? If you own part of the LLC that owns that property, I go buy a second property. Guess what else you own? You own part of the second property and part of the third property and part of the fourth property. And you can trade your NFTs, which is super dope. And I want to teach the audience how NFTs work and smart contracts work, because the world is moving that direction.
I know. That's part of the reason why, like, I even started looking into all of this with real estate, because, you know, being a healthcare worker in the pandemic was like mentally, physically straining. And I lived in New York City at the time when it hit. So the hospital I worked at had the most COVID cases. I work in radiology, so I was x-raying those COVID patients. It was just really traumatizing. So I got the heck out of Dodge, moved to Florida to get my kids out of that situation too. And I started looking at other things because it's just not, it wasn't bringing me joy anymore.
Right.
And real estate has always piqued my interest. So I came across you guys and you guys made me fall in love with it even more. And then,
yeah, we have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And all the mindset stuff has just, you know, made me take these leaps of faith that I would have never done before. So I'm excited. I'm excited for everything that's to come.
Well, Denise, even if you physically can't be there, I can tell you right now that the value of the NFT you're going to get from me is well worth more than $197. Okay?
For sure.
Because what's going to happen is we're going to do multiple things. Okay. Even if you're not a sub-2 student, you're going to get 1 share if you're a non-sub-2 student. If you are a sub-2 student, you'll get 2. If you are a sub-2 mastermind student, you'll get 3. And I'm not trying to sell you guys on that. My mastermind sold out. You have no ability to get into my mastermind. Okay. Sold out. I am not giving people that use Jamil's link access to my NFT. You guys screwed up. You screwed up. I've been telling you for the last week. Okay. CJ Hampton says how to be a sub-2 student. Go hang out with my existing sub-2 students. You'll get a ton of help with my existing sub-2 students. Okay. Tons. Abreu is your last name. Is that how we pronounce it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So Liz Lopez saying, how do we pronounce your name? So an NFT, for anybody who doesn't understand, is a smart contract. So basically, when you guys go buy a property from anybody, you go to a title company. The title company verifies whether the ownership is correct. There's, you know, liens, encumbrances, there's judgments on the property. And that's why you pay a title company to clear all that stuff and make sure that it's insured against any of those types of things. That's why we hire title companies. Okay. Yeah. In the future, you're going to be able to literally transfer the ownership of a property through your cell phone to somebody else's cell phone through a non-fungible token or an NFT. It's already happening. The first home sold in Florida, ironically, Denise, The first home just sold a month ago through NFT. Basically, it's a way to own a property through cryptocurrency, right? So essentially it's a smart contract. And so we're currently writing the NFT. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. We're going to teach you guys about NFTs. My Subto students are obviously getting more ownership and it's going to be amazing and all that kind of stuff. But anybody that uses my link to go to Clever Summit, you will also own 1 share as a non-Subto student of this property. A property that's going to make probably $3,000 or $4,000 a month in net cash flow, then compound into another deal, then compound into another deal, and compound into another deal. And you guys get to be a part of that. I'm going to create like dedicated merch, cool ass artwork for like all the owners of the NFT. It's going to be the Cool Kids Club. That's it.
I love it.
So,
all right, you're gonna have to break the news down to Jamil though. If I use your link,
you break it to him. You break it to him.
All right. No, he'll understand. I love Jamil. He's the best.
Tell him, hey, Jamil, why aren't you creating an NFT, dog? What's going on?
Well, he said he was going to take all of us out to dinner when we showed up with his link.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to be with him the whole time, so maybe we can hang out. Guys, I pinned the link. It's at the very top. I pinned the link. It's there. Denise, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good night.
My wife says we just got the contract. So we are buying that house. Text message just came through. So guys, we are buying that house. Got a deal on the live. We are going to buy that house. I'm going to give ownership to anybody that's coming to Clever with us. That'll be super dope. Asia Bacchus.
Oh, hey.
What up, Asia? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Well, I just had a quick question. Could you kind of explain what an NFT is? Like,
yeah, absolutely. So an NFT,
terminology?
Asia, have you ever done a real estate transaction?
I am new, so I have not.
Okay, no problem. So the reason I ask you the question is I want to make sure I understand how in depth I need to go on this and not, okay? If I buy a deal, right, I get a house under contract, where does that contract go? It goes to a title and escrow company. And the reason it does that is because, Asia, have you heard of like the Bored Ape Yacht Club that are like selling digital artwork for like $1 million?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh,
That's
Asia.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh, Asia. There's a whole world you don't even know what's going on right now. I imagine you're not into like social media right now.
I do social media, but it's really specific stuff. But yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. So let me show you.
I don't spend a lot of time.
Let me show you what's going on, okay? People are selling artwork, okay? Let's go most expensive NFT. So what people are doing, see all these little pieces of artwork? Yeah. These little crypto punks, like that one sold for $69 million. The Bored Ape Yacht Club, most of these are selling for about $1 million, okay? And it's just a JPEG. It's literally just a digital piece of art. But why are people doing that? The reason why people are doing it is because this is an NFT, but these NFTs don't have what we call utility, right? You can't utilize them other than they're just a piece of art. Like I got a piece of art right here that cost me 20 grand basically. I had somebody paint this art for me. That's amazing. Nobody can duplicate that. I get that. One of a kind, right? But in the world of art and digital art, people don't want to be able to just copy and paste and have all this, millions and millions and millions of copies. So what they do is they sell one-offs that are verified by blockchain. Do you know anything about blockchain?
Blockchaining.
Oh my gosh, Asia. I'm not going to explain this to you. You need to spend an hour tonight. Google, I want you to watch a YouTube video on what blockchain is and what an NFT is. Actually, I'll give you the greatest video. You want me to give you the greatest YouTube video for a blockchain video?
Okay, sure.
Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, are you sending the link to?
I got to pull it up first. Ronnie Harris, NFT, does such a great job explaining this. He has 7.5 million views on this. You need to know what an NFT is. So basically, an NFT means it is verified ownership of a thing. So if you own an NFT, it's verified ownership of a thing. And the thing that you would have ownership of mine is an LLC that owns a property, which then in essence, what does that mean? That means you own a part of my property. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
What's cool about an NFT is you can split it up into like hundreds or thousands or millions of fragmented ownership, and you can trade your ownership around like a Pokemon card or a stock or whatever else. So I can go and create ownership and fragment it into verified ownership through a digital contract saying Asia and myself have a contract that says she owns 1 share of this property that I just bought on this live. You can verify it through your smart contract that you got to go watch videos of like how that works. But the world's going that direction. The world is already going that direction. Everything is going to be verified through the blockchain. And if you are not catching the wave right now, in 5 years, you'll look back on this and you'll go, I can't believe Pace was offering to give me an NFT and ownership in a property of his. This is insane.
So it's basically, like you just said, digital contract.
A digital contract.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Asia, if I go buy a deal, I go to a title company and I pay the title company. You've heard of closing costs before?
Yes.
Okay. What does closing costs consist of? It consists of me hiring the title company to verify that the property I'm buying doesn't have lawsuits against it, liens, judgments, issues of, tax liens or anything like that before I go and buy it. So they're cleaning up and verifying the ownership of that property for me. And I pay them thousands of dollars to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In the future, we won't need title companies and escrow officers. We will be able to transfer ownership of a property from me to you through our phones, through an NFT. Okay, so the NFT is the ability to verify ownership of a thing. It could be a house, could be digital artwork, it could be anything else. Right now, because we're in the early stages of NFT development, most people are doing it with digital artwork because it's easy to do. But the technology is now just happened last month. They sold the first house in all of the world on an NFT in Florida last month. So they didn't use a title company. They didn't use an escrow officer. They didn't use a human being. They did it all digitally. And the cost was like $14 versus $5,000 or $6,000. Like, that house that you saw, the one that we decided we're going to buy tonight, when I go and buy that, how much do you think it will cost me to pay people to verify that I can actually own that property? $6,000 will go to a title and escrow company to verify my ownership of that property.
Maybe like 5%.
It's usually 1%.
Roughly 1%.
I'm buying the house for $600,000. So they're charging me 1%. So NFTs will change the world. And if I'm giving you an NFT in the property, that means you have verified ownership shares of the property that I just bought, which means that if I cash flow, the property also grows in value. Guess what else happens to the share that you were given? It also grows in value. And when you drive down the road on Thomas and 54th Street in Scottsdale, Arizona, guess what you can do? You can say, I own part of that house.
It's cool.
Not just cool. That's insane. Has anybody ever done anything like that in your life?
No, never. Never heard of it.
Right. And so I'm giving that to people because I'm trying to teach you guys another layer of things that are coming down the pipe, not just real estate, not just creative finance, but other digital currencies. You understand what Bitcoin is, right?
Yeah, kind of.
It's just money. That's it. It's just digital money. But it's verified. You can't duplicate it. You can't steal it. You can't scam it. You can't hack it. You can't do any of that. That's why there's value with it. You cannot counterfeit Bitcoin. You cannot counterfeit cryptocurrency. It's impossible. So there's value there versus the dollar they can print millions and millions of stacks of the dollar. And guess what happens? The value of the dollar goes down. The government controls our currency. With Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, nobody controls it. Nobody owns it. It's all verified. Anyway, you go watch that video that I just put in the side chat. Johnny Harris. It's phenomenal video. Scotty Free, what up?
What's going on, my man?
What up, dog? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's hard to paint the picture after that one guy, but I just really wanted to get on here and say thank you for you and your wife both for making this time to do this with us.
Yeah.
And I just cannot believe how simple you took my mind block out of my head with what you just did.
Thank you.
That
brother.
was totally just like, I said I'm gonna break bread with you guys one day and it's gonna happen. And that right there, just cleared all that analysis paralysis out of my head that I've been trying to get moved.
I appreciate that tremendously. It's why we do this stuff. And I wish somebody taught me this in the very beginning. It took me a long time to understand, wow, it actually is just so simple. And all the people on YouTube and all the people in the books and the seminars actually overcomplicate it, or they just forgot what it was like to be brand new. And they don't teach it to you like they learned it, which is go find a buyer. Like, Scotty, what do you do for a living?
Well, I was a crane operator for a while, and I took a year off and done full-time real estate. And
okay, perfect. So you're a crane operator. Could you imagine manufacturer of a crane company going and setting up shop in Alaska or setting up shop in, like, let's say Antarctica? Would they sell a lot of cranes?
No.
But if I went to New Jersey or I went to Long Beach, I would probably sell a lot of cranes.
Yeah.
Right. So essentially, we're doing market research. We're verifying what our clients want before we go build the crane. That's it. Simple, right?
I have to say, it may sound kind of backwards in a way, but when I bought my very first personal home, I did it in the top of a 200-foot tower crane, strictly through my phone from beginning to end until I had to go sign papers. And I have let the shiny objects and YouTube confuse me so bad of doing exactly what you told me to do is stop jumping around. I'm going to show you how simple it is. And you did. And I appreciate that, man, more than anything. If these people in this that watch this, if they don't get it, all I can say is you're not listening, or either call me because, dude.
What we'll do, if you guys want, I'll do a follow-up of this. And what we'll do is I'll go over to Sunday service right now. You guys, everybody, we should go over to Sunday service and support Cody and Matt. What I'll do is I'll do a follow-up of this where we actually close on the property and I walk you guys through exactly how I'm funding the deal, where the money comes from. Like, I'll walk you through all that kind of stuff. Would you guys want me to do that?
That'd be great. But before you ship me off, I just want to say thank you again to you and your wife, and congrats on your new baby. And like I said, I watch you on IG and everything you pull.
Oh, Scotty, I see you. I see your comments. I appreciate it tremendously.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. We will break bread soon.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, last question. What I want to do is I just put the link to Sunday service in the side or up there. I pinned it. We're going to go there next for probably the next 45 minutes. Let's go over there and show support to Cody and Matt. They're over there right now. We still got 900 people in here. Let's go over to YouTube. I'm going to answer one last question, and that's where I'm going. Some people are going to be like, oh, it's over.
Oh,
Anthony.
Let's go. What's up, bro?
What up, dog? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Great. Quick question about my investor loan. I was trying to do a cash out refi on my primary residence, and when I applied for it, they said that they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't do personal homes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
they're just like, that's why their name is MyInvestorLoan.com, is they only do loans for investors.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What city are you in?
I'm in Tucson, man.
Oh, bro, I'll give you a great loan. A great guy. His name's Brian Gething.
Okay.
And he will do a non-QM, a non-qualified mortgage, which means you don't have to qualify for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what they call it. They call it a non-QM. So don't text him tonight, but I'm going to give you his cell phone in the side chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't text him tonight. Text him tomorrow. He's got a baby and stuff. And just say, hey, I found you through Pace Morby. I need a non-QM.
Yeah, definitely. I also wanted to say, man, thank you for all the value, man.
Of course, man.
Like, I came over from TTP, man, about a year ago. I haven't got a Subto deal yet, but, it's not from a lack of trying. It's just, that things ain't falling in line yet,
Sometimes it just might be a mental block, and then all of a sudden you figure it out, or there's something blocking you or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, dude, I got 4 of them in one day, type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been networking with more Subto students, and Mitch, I think his last name starts with an R. They just had a
Mitch
little
Roy.
thing. Yeah, Mitch Roy. Okay, he been helping me. Like, great guy. Stand up. Yeah. Him and Richard out there in California, they really, really helping me out a lot, mindset, all that stuff. So, I just wanted to say, man, even though we're down here on the southern part, you can invest with us out here,
I know. The reason why I tease about Tucson is because Joseph and Crystal are down there in Tucson.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just literally just doing it just to bust their chops.
You should come down for that meetup. It's this Saturday coming up on the 12th. They're trying to put Tucson together, as far as networking, Subto.
Tell Crystal and Joe that if they text me and invite me privately, I will go.
I'm going to do that right now as we're talking.
Yeah, I'll go down there.
Oh, that'll be great, man. I'm going to tell them too.
Yep. The video right there, Johnny Harris, for the video that you guys keep asking about, Johnny Harris, I pinned the YouTube video. I'm going over to Sunday service, guys. Have a great night. We will do this again. I'll email you guys a copy of the recording, and I will also do a second version of this once we close on the property. You guys can see exactly what it is. Maybe I'll bring my title company in here, show you guys exactly what this looks like, and we'll have a lot of fun. I'll see you guys later.